Legendary action.
We made it.
Sorry for the delay. We had a technical issue which we have never actually had to deal with before. It was critical. It's a critical issue.
Yeah,
It was all madness.
It crashed, corrupted, rebuilt it from scratch.
Yeah.
Put all the pieces together,
Yeah,
and then hardware started failing. It was all bad.
Pretty much.
It was all bad.
That's a wonderful retelling, actually.
Yeah. Lowered Mike from the cable from the ceiling.
Yeah, I had to be suspended. It was terrifying. I hate heights.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We had to sacrifice one of our players.
All done. Yeah, I'm kidding. But yeah, so we're happy to be back. We have to take some time off. Everybody kind of went through a a systematic illness outbreak and just work and
The sickness.
yeah, it was bad.
It was
Going
terrible.
down with
It was
the
all
sickness.
badness. But so this welcome to Legendary Action. We were a bunch of unapologetic nerds who were just normal people playing D&D. But we're super passionate about Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPGs, which we're still working on. We got stuff coming. We're doing stuff.
That stuff.
Yeah.
We're still working on our Ravnica one shot, which will be happening here hopefully shortly. If our DM Meta Mike here can get on his shit.
Actually,
Savior of the party.
no, it's funny too because I was actually thinking about it because we still have to do our session 0, of course, and talk about some things and make sure everything's in order. And I was like, my first comment was, "Oh yeah, it'll be sometime. Yeah, we have it set up." And my next thought was, "Hey, dumbass, if you say you're gonna do it like later, it's not gonna happen. You should definitely set it down."
No, we'll do it a Saturday. It's like, pick a Saturday, Mike.
Yeah, no, and it's going to be soon. I have a date picked now.
Yeah,
I picked it up.
It's kind of like marriage. It's not real unless you set a date.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow? Oh.
So
And that should give me enough time to finish typing up the couple of packets I want to do and talk to each person and build their own packets.
The pressure is on.
Because I have to take the modeling idea of our DM here, who did such a fantastic job of building each person's own little character packet. I'm like, yeah, I got to do something like that, even if it's just a page.
All right. If you're ready now, if you turn to page 23 of your pamphlets. Oh, it's not after you're on the ruinous power.
Yeah.
100% it's going to happen.
Exactly. God, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. Oh my God.
How long since we played?
It has been too long.
And I was like, what were we doing the last time we were playing? And I'm the one who takes notes and runs the sessions, and I still forgot.
Oh, and we were having technical difficulties, and it was if we have to cancel, things are a little easier this time. And I'm like, no! Don't take it from me!
I cancel either.
Oh man,
I'm glad we got that figured out with XSplit though, because that was looking bad.
maybe it'll snow so hard that I'll be trapped here the whole weekend.
Sleepovers! Turn the D&D table into a fort. It'll be
Awesome.
Oh my God, that's so good! Why haven't we done that yet? Oh my God, I thought we were friends until now.
Oh man, yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair. Oh.
Hi, Malachi.
Hi, everybody.
People know us?
See?
People like us?
Yeah, some of our
That's
reps are in
awesome.
the chat. Our buddies.
Yeah, hello regulars. We missed you.
Just put your hand up to the monitor. It's like, I love you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Mother of God in heaven, Lord!
Some of you, we don't hear enough from in our Discord and stuff, so
Sasha.
reach out to you and don't get nothing.
Tried to assassinate everyone.
First you start with friendliness, then you shame them, then you bribe them, then you blackmail them.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta cover all your bases, man.
Cover all the bases. But,
Baby girl.
how's it going?
Baby girl.
Son of a... Thank you so very much, son.
We were playing
Get your hand grenade
Dungeons
ready,
and
buddy.
Dragons 5th edition tonight. As you notice, one of the players is not here, and that is because he signed up for the Air Force, so he will no longer be joining us. Jace is gone. He moved out this week. He's moving off his life, making big commitments and big steps. So we are actively looking to replace him and find a player on the to take a spot on the show. We think we found somebody, but we'll see how he does over here, commitment-wise, over the next few weeks.
It's a rigorous, rigorous training
the best.
Yes.
We do. I just want to express how beautiful it was, his intro, but then it was just and he's gone! Everyone starts clapping.
Yeah.
Just the timing of it was great.
You're an American hero.
Yeah, so we'll come full circle back to his character. We'll work on that tonight and figure it out. But yeah, he's gone. He's working on
I'm scared
going
too,
through the
Louie.
process and joining the armed services. So we'll be replacing him. We will probably have a guest next week. It's not settled in yet, but we're going to have a guest player, someone from one of our local games, one of our other players' local games, DMs, Matt, someone from one of his games, possibly. We have room for him, so if he wants to get in contact with this week, and we can work on shoehorning him into the game.
Yeah, you guys actually better be watching, so heads up. If you want to play on Friday, you all have to duel to the death.
Yeah.
Oh! I like that. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous because they're just like, cool. Oh wait, is it me? Do that. Shit.
Yes.
Right with the privilege. And if I know you, gentlemen, it's already going down.
Someone's already on their way out the door with a sword.
It's like a wild card. Like Dylan's here, but the rest of y'all wild cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to play
So,
here, right?
They're all desperate.
We'll work
They'll
on
kill each other for
possibly bringing in a
some
guest
attention.
this coming Friday, and then obviously we have Ravnica. We're still putting together Beyond the Stat Block is still getting worked on. We finally found an artist to help us with a big part of a chunk of a project, including redoing character art and working on new intro graphics and some other things. So we have a lot kind of moving forward at the moment. If you want to keep in touch with us, you can find me on Twitter at DM Green of LA. You can
Alex
find
the Mom.
Alex the Mom, Panda Chu, and Meta Mike is now Meta Mike. The
Yes,
Meta
I
Mike.
have gone through a re-emergence.
A rebranding.
Yeah, rebranding.
Re-emergence.
Okay.
I like that word better. I changed from OG Scotsman, which I felt was a name that I've had for 14 years, and it started on Xbox. That should be enough said.
Yeah.
And after many people, friends, and viewers have vehemently said that I am Meta Mike. And you know what? I actually really enjoyed it. So I changed everything now. I'm no longer OG Scotsman. Now you can find me on the Twitter handle of the Meta Mike.
And Twitch channel of
The Meta
Meta
Mike.
Mike.
Chase the
Because they're
So chase the meta.
Chase the meta. Does that show Mizu?
you took it from me.
Son of a bitch! In chat, tell us, is that not fantastic that you chase the meta with Meta Mike? Like, that's, come on.
It doesn't help that I'm an overly competitive individual as well.
He's highly competitive,
Metamorphosis from Meta Mike.
Meta. Like, the guy can't
like
stop
that.
himself. Just look at his D&D characters.
Hi, Gavin.
I really wish y'all could have been here for my first one.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect at stealing fucking swords from dead friends.
You know what, that bastard
Please,
Seamus
Matt.
deserved it. I'm glad he died.
So we're still working on that, and we're actually working on a couple of other things. We might be adding polls to the Twitch channel so that you guys, the viewers, can decide how NPCs and other situations where I don't want to decide for them, you can decide how, like, a merchant or somebody might feel about players, the way that they handle things, or how the town overall might feel about their adventures and their contributions. So we're working on adding that in. Possibly in the near future, and we're also working on what was the other thing? I forget what it was. There was something else we were doing too, but we'll get to that later.
There's a lot we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing a lot at once.
We also made some minor improvements to the set. We made some changes to our lights. That we had
We're working on more changes.
Yeah, working on more changes to the lights, so they're not quite finished yet,
Yeah.
but they're not going to fall on us
Yes.
unless Sasha hits them. But that's a whole other story. Animal-friendly environment, something you just got to deal with. But they're much more stable and sturdy, and yeah, it's way better. I like it. I like it a lot.
They are pretty
Yeah.
good.
Which is why I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
He did it.
Me.
100%. Absolutely was the brains of the operation.
With some brainstorming from my
That
friends.
does look good.
Yeah, it does look good, right?
It is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just like really take it.
Yeah, now I really take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, they
We
were
fixed that
janky.
panel too. Like,
Yeah, we fixed the panel.
Yeah,
You know, that someone ran into.
While you were gone, fucking playing around, we did a lot. Right?
I was here till 3 a.m. on the shadow box or whatever for the lights.
Yeah,
It was great.
We're getting it done.
Yeah.
And then the other real big announcement is that, unfortunately, if you're watching us on Mixer and such, this is our last night streaming on Mixer.
Yeah.
We applied for affiliation with Twitch. We earned it we just got done having a back and forth email discussion with Twitch, And we decided to just go Twitch when we applied for affiliate. And so we're going to be leaving Mixer. And
It's not that we don't love you.
Yeah, it's not that we don't love you. We love the buttons in the stores. We're not really getting traction on Mixer, and it doesn't have a community built for what we're trying to get together. And there hasn't been as much of a positive response as there has been from all the viewers and all the love that we get from Twitch and the donations and people watching. Unfortunately, Mixer is just not working for us.
Which is why we're looking for creative ways, because we really did like the interaction, so that's why we were looking at the polls and possibly other stuff in the future.
Interactive. And I'll work on it. I'll work really hard on it. I'll think about it some more, and we'll get something implemented in there to help you guys out. But yeah, we're going to be leaving Mixer, and we appreciate all the help that we got from the Bearded Family and from Jexodus, and don't forget that to go check them out. You know, if you are still watching on Mixer, go drop them a follow and check out Insanity Central and some of the other great streamers that are part of the Bearded Family.
Yeah, we are leaving Mixer. We're not leaving the Bearded Family.
Yes.
We are content creators. We're not just one platform or the other. So we love Insanity Central. We're still going to watch them. We love you.
Yeah, we do.
You're
cool.
You probably can't see us right now, but
That's fine.
we love you.
He's
Normally
playing
because
right
you're
now.
busy streaming.
Yeah, busy streaming.
That's fine.
Smashing on
Son
the
of a
Switch.
We go by your stream and say hi every once in a while. I'm just saying. I thought we were friends.
Yes,
Right.
emotional blackmail.
Yes. That's what I'm all about. Everybody here knows this. Okay? Alright? I will make you feel bad.
Feel bad.
That's how do you think I got them all to agree to sit here and do this? I made them feel bad.
I thought it was like the Burns.
I thought I liked D&D, but no.
Yeah. I really roll it back tape. Yeah, it's because you
So I shouldn't say mine was the promise of the soul.
Matt, are you
right?
saying you're not going to drive all the way up here every Friday? What the fuck?
So does that packet of information exist or not? Like, am I free?
No. You all sign contracts, we know what they say. Till death do us part.
Oh jeez.
Tell my wife.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
watch you.
But yeah, so if you are watching on Mixer, this is the heads up. The channel will be closed next week and forever, indefinitely going forward. But we will be applying. We were approved for affiliate, so we'll be getting that. So, which means bits, subscriptions, cheers, all that stuff will be coming to our channel here very shortly.
And we're also working on stuff for to kind of give back to the people who subscribe and what that's all going to entail. Emotes. If you guys have any ideas, hit us up on the Discord. We can talk about it because this is all fairly new to us, and we do the best we can.
Yeah, we do. Do the best we can. But if you're watching on Mixer, we really hope that you come with us to Twitch. Hopefully you make it's worthwhile to you to make a Twitch account, come watch us.
Yes.
And if not, and you don't really feel like it, I understand. It's like, especially if you're watching on Xbox, it's already fully integrated into the system. Yeah. I get it, man. And we'll miss you if you don't come follow us on Twitch and catch us on Friday.
And no one's telling you to abandon Mixer. It's like if you want to catch up with us, you know where to find us. That's more what we're saying.
You can go back and watch our episodes on YouTube or see the VODs on Twitch at
that's still going to happen.
At least, so we're working on it.
Yep.
But, we had to make the decision for what platform was growing and working with us and the community that was available. And we decided that Twitch was the best place to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Dedicated to it.
Yep, we did.
Mm-hmm.
It was a group decision.
Group decision. Yeah, group decision.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I don't think I have anything else to go over. Yeah, no, everybody's just ready to play.
Oh, yeah.
I'm jonesing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to run the intro, and we'll see you guys in a minute and 40 seconds. All right, so bye-bye. Either way.
Dance.
Well, get this.
Dance break.
We should get an Emperor Palpatine, robes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yeah, that'd be
Fuck yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
It'd be
the
perfect
shadows.
for it. Yeah.
Oh, the shadow.
Unlimited power.
I go really deep when I roleplay my villains.
Yeah, we sure do.
Make your decision.
We sure do.
You enter the bakery shop. What do you do? How's unlimited pastries? We could buy enough flour to rule this town forever. Don't forget the icing.
Making sure none of them have nuts. No nuts.
We'll give them raise.
You heard it first, fucking Darth Vader over there, like nuts.
Wait, that wasn't a dark dude.
That's
Dark
straight into
dude.
castration too fast.
Double entendre.
I didn't
You're
go
the only
there.
one that went there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
He's seeing a therapist. It helps.
This is the therapy
Sometimes.
session.
Yeah, therapy's kind of weird.
So-
It's like, let's talk about our problems.
The last time-
more problems.
The last episode, the way I remember it.
I'm just glad it didn't make everyone else leave the room. This time for me and
Hiding can't save you from bad decisions.
Look, you're about to get rolled by a mob boss.
have-
Have fun, bud.
An interesting
Yeah, but-
conversation with the mayor and his wife, where some information kind of came to light, and you guys learned some interesting information, I guess, about the wild hunt and her involvement and everything that's going on. You guys argued with them about LaFay's involvement and who was in the tower for night and responsible for the undead coming around, and you learned that Misha was the one that Safan has been after this whole time. According to him, she's responsible for his sister dying during the Orc Wars and being abandoned to her fate after being wounded rescuing them.
And according to her, it was the sister's fault for volunteering and sacrificing herself for the greater good.
Well, no, according to her, she came back with more troops, but they just didn't have the amount necessary to make a dent. They were all wounded and overrun.
Yeah.
So they went back, hunted down the orcs that were responsible, and killed them all, but couldn't bring back Safan's sister, who had already perished.
Sure made a deal
Then you
with
guys
the
went. You did some shopping. You picked up some potions. You spent some new Lyran gold in the deal that you struck with Mayor Tolvis, and then about going and helping Elin out in Fogbottom, and you're well on your way. And while you were doing that, Luthok and Thalin thought that they'd go to the Blue Ferry and enjoy themselves. Luthok would earn a little bit of pocket coin working as a bouncer, and Thalin was just being a dickbag.
Classic.
He would play a game of darts, and he wagered a little, and he lost. Fair and square, and decided to continue just pressuring this halfling, this strapped halfling. This well-dressed halfling with a heavy dark cloak and a gray jack symbol that, upon further investigation and paying attention or giving a shit, he found out was there. And he found himself in an interesting predicament, where the halfling gave himself up and said, I know who you are, and you should know who I am, and we have business to handle, and we'll be seeing you. And gave him an eerie warning that the only reason they weren't dead is because he respected the business owner so much, and they were patrons inside, and he wasn't willing to cross that line. And that's where we begin the session.
Oh!
His dagger.
Okay, here we go. I was like,
Puts it away, and he sheathes it after he's done cleaning underneath his fingernail. Kind of just surveys the room. And he looks to the elf. Her blonde hair and her jade green eyes. The monk that you've been warned about. Sila of the Four Winds.
Kill a monk.
Muscle. Hired killing machine. She goes back to her spot on the wall. And he just simply says, well, you're already on your way out. You better keep it that way. We'll be on the lookout for you. We know where to find you.
Does that mean my shift's over? I'm still getting paid, right?
That is a fair question. I'm gonna leave before I piss him off more.
That's probably a good idea. We bounce your ass out of here. You already caused enough disturbance. You're too drunk. Go home. That's exactly what they say when we cut them off. Get out of here. Get. It's for your own good.
All agreed. Bye.
You go through the front door out.
I wave at the halfling as I leave.
He's not even looking anymore. He already turned and walked and headed over.
I'm still waving at the halfling.
Yeah. So he doesn't see it.
And I go sulk.
You see in the street when you go outside, there's nobody. There's nobody nearby. You see about 4 or 5 individuals, all of them strapped with looks like long swords and a couple with crossbows. They're all kind of all standing off to the side near the general store that kind of borders the Blue Fairy. But they're not doing anything. They're just watching you. But you see nobody in the street. Everybody's kind of been cleared off. You see a few people like close shutters in their houses.
I kind of rustle with my jacket a little bit, look at the gentleman, tip my hat, and say, "Evening, gentlemen. How are you doing?" And I continue on.
They just look angry. One of them spits like chewing tobacco or something on the ground.
Absolutely delicious, sir. You have a good night.
What are you doing?
Is my shift over?
You've been working like 5 minutes.
Everything kind of picked up and gone back to normal now. The music starts playing again, and everybody's going back to kind of minding their own business and business as usual.
I'll go up to, I'm going to take a look around, try and see if there's a more senior bouncer looking guy. Or possibly the guy I talked to when I first showed up.
Yeah, he's nearby. He's like right near you.
Yeah, so I walk up to him. Look, hey, so I know there was a little altercation earlier. Yeah. I'm just trying to make some money. Is this going to be a problem? I'll keep to myself. Stay out of the Greyjack section.
That whole thing is a great section.
He kind of looks. He takes a quick look around, just surveying the room and trying to get a kind of beat for everything that's happening. And he's just like, I'm just going to go ahead and guess that you should probably just get out of here for now. I'll pass the word to Tilly about what happened. We'll see what they can do.
Let her know I'm not just bailing on her. I'm not the type of dude to not finish the job, if you know what I'm saying. So I turn and walk out. I turn and make my exit. Perceptibly, like, looking around, making sure I'm giving off like, I have my wits about me. I'm looking around, and as I leave, I assume I see those guys standing around me mugging.
Yeah, they're just kind of minding their own.
I make sure they see that I look at them, and then I just grunt and walk off, trailing after Thalen. Figure the only person who's gonna give me backup around here, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't take you long. You gotta catch up. It's not like you got super far. You're just walking down the street. Everything seems to go back to usual as you kind of make your way halfway down the street. People start kind of coming out of the businesses and outside. And
well, Thalen, looks like I got off work early.
It looks like I'm poor.
What the fuck were you doing in there?
I was cheated, and I wasn't happy about it.
Were you actually cheated, Thalen? We've been traveling for a little bit. You're kind of when you're dealing with the general public, not exactly trustworthy. Remember who you're talking to.
That's the only reason I'm not yelling. And no, one of the darts was weighted. Every other one was near bullseye, if not bullseye.
You didn't test them before you threw them?
They felt fine in my hand at first, and then it changed. I don't have an answer, really.
Why couldn't you just drop it once you figured you got kind of someone did one over on you. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that like a rule of people who bend the rules? If you get outwitted or outmatched.
No, I just really didn't like him, I'll be honest.
I saw you kind of putting it on in the beginning.
I didn't like him. I really didn't.
Anyway, I don't think this Greyjack problem's going away, but...
No, but
hopefully-
I have good news, though. Riken will be happy.
Good news?
Yeah, Riken will be happy for once.
Why?
We're probably gonna have to kill some normal human Greyjacks. He'll be ecstatic. It's fair.
That's foolish. Really foolish.
Absolutely.
They know who we are, what we're capable of, that kind of stuff, and it's not just one or a little, like, punk kids and their friends.
Yeah, they have an army, and we have a Luthok. It's like equal.
See, I'm not stupid. They're not equal.
You're better.
Count.
You're better. I agree.
I am better, but if you have 1,000 rats, they'll still eat you alive. Anyway.
But no, I digress. This is a problem that we will probably have to deal with when we get back from the troll claw Myers. The troll claw Myers. Sorry, it's been a really, really long past 2 weeks. A lot of memories getting muddled together here.
Feywild
In character or out of character? I'm just curious.
Feywild still with it. Yeah, maybe you should have a Lynn mess with your head. Like
No, I'm quite good with people messing with my head.
Well, she looks like a dirty hobo, but she has some weird...
I had an archfey in my head, messing with my head for 3 months. I'm quite good.
Maybe she'll fix it, you gotta make it more messy before you clean it up kind of thing.
I'm about as messed up as I normally am. It should be just fine.
Well, anyway. I guess I would say we have to tell them, but they already kind of know the Greyjacks are pissed. So...
Would you say that we have to talk... We'll have to talk to them at some point when we get back? Start with that?
Yeah. Dalen poked the bear.
I poked the midget, okay?
Yeah.
Same thing, just sounds way worse.
You can tell them whatever you want.
I'll tell Alfarius I pissed off the halfling that almost killed him.
Alright. I'm going to the Dusty Dog.
I'm just gonna sulk.
Yeah, that was pretty emasculated.
I just got chased out of an establishment by a halfling with a dagger.
Yeah. I feel your pain, Luke. Yeah, you're an elf. You're not as macho as me, but...
Didn't you leave too?
I left because my shift was over.
45 minutes in?
No, they said they didn't need me.
They didn't need someone who's probably pissing off an angry halfling. I agree.
Yeah. You got them started. That's fine.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We go to the Dusty Dog.
Okay, completely out of character. I missed this! Oh my god, I love D&D. Okay, sorry. Now that's out of my system. We can continue. Sorry.
Jesus.
It's been like 2 weeks. I'm going through withdrawals.
I imagine
I've been doing this for 5 years now. You've got me spoiled.
That's fair. That's a fair statement. But yeah, so we go back to the Dusty Dog.
Alright, so you make your way back to the Dusty Dog. So is everybody else doing at this time then?
Well, I think,
I'm sitting with Ellen at one of the tables.
I think the rest of us were at the Dusty
Yeah, I'm
Dog.
pretty sure you were too.
Okay, so when you meet a mayor, it depends because they're all kind of independent around here. But you probably should not shake hands with most. Actually, ever. Just don't. Just
But I
don't
was
do
told
it.
that it was very, very proper to
Yeah,
shake
you
hands
gotta.
with everybody.
Okay, there are rules, and there are rules that supersede the rules. It's like a structure, like a layer.
So
You
what
get
should
it?
I do with him? Should I just stare at him?
Don't stare. That's bad.
Should I look at his shoes?
You can look at his shoes. They're probably pretty nice too.
Can I take his shoes?
Don't take the shoes.
Can Reginald investigate and take his shoes?
I would not.
Nice.
I wouldn't take the mouse out in the mayor's house. It will get stomped on.
Hasn't happened before. The only thing was
How many
that
mayor's
guy
house have you been in?
scaring him. You still need to apologize to Reginald.
I believe I already apologized to Sir Reginald.
Okay, so let's try it again. I'm the mayor, and you're meeting me. What?
Hi!
God damn it! We just talked. You can't just shake everyone's hand.
How many heads is your shoe size?
Oh, I don't even know what that means. What is happening?
Because I remember when Kalti was trying to determine his like feet,
Right.
like I had to count.
I get it.
I had to count 5 owl heads, and that's how big his feet is. So should I ask the mayor, as I'm staring at his feet, how many owl heads his shoe size is?
Who measures anything? You know what? Never mind. No. Okay. I need you
Okay.
from this point forward.
I'm listening.
Your instincts.
Okay.
When you're around people of a certain class,
Like that one.
think your instinct, and then tell yourself, no, don't do that. Let's start there. Can we start there?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm the mayor, and you're meeting me. What do you do?
I stick out my hand.
God! Don't encourage her. What is going on? You know what?
You suddenly see me take like 3 steps back, and then you suddenly see her go like this and plop on the floor.
All right, I'm done. I need a drink.
You done killed her.
I hope so.
And then you see me like this, being like,
Okay. What?
Lynn,
Uh-huh.
Whisperer of Beasts, Friends of Exodus, Buddies
Are you introducing yourself?
of Reginald.
Why are you on the floor?
How may I help you?
I take a lot of core strength.
Damn it. I've been working on it. And then you see me with like my feet like spread out like this, as I'm sitting like a toddler would, looking up at Riken. Did I do good?
Yeah, it was great. So good. Maybe get in the chair.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys start to hear like bubbling into like the beef pages inside. They're all like whispering to each other, pointing.
Hi.
This little girl in the corner is. Dad grabs her hand just.
My name's Lynn.
Her name's Lynn.
What is your name, little one?
Just the father just like turns her away.
See, you're scaring him now.
Do you want to see my pet?
You guys hear the door open and you hear the heavy footfall of Luthok and then followed lightly by Thalen treading in behind him.
I know they're little, but just don't piss them off. You know, this is one of those things. It just causes problems.
He's talking about children. They're dangerous.
They form.
Well, I know that like there's a certain species of frogs.
What's Owen doing on the floor?
If they're
You can
itty
get up
bitty, like they can be very poisonous, and they can like
It's fascinating,
Squirm
but
into
sitting
you.
on a chair is normal.
What, Lynn?
yeah.
Why are you on the floor?
Because I was pretending that he's the mayor.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see where you're going with this. Don't go there.
No, it's just general curiosity here.
No.
Fair enough.
Whatever it was, no. I was just trying to teach her, like, you know, how to talk to human beings in the real world.
I think I've been doing a pretty good job. A lot of people here, they know me.
Well, that's because you keep shouting your name.
See, that's a wonderful way to start any conversation.
Oh shit! Well, I'm glad that they know my name.
Well,
How long do you even shouting your name?
Well, I just don't think I like. Well, it's because I'm like, look, as I'm pointing at like a couple.
Yes.
Like,
What, like through the window? Like the bay window that's on the ground floor?
I'm pointing inside the inn. I'm just pointing at a random couple.
A random table.
Just a random table, you see
Yeah.
two looks like fucking sturdy farm hands just sitting there taking a drink.
Yes.
They are good people.
Probably. Maybe. Probably not. Let's be real here.
What? Probably not. What's that based on?
Everyone's evil. It's great.
Like, they've just been looking over, and it's just been nothing but smiles in their faces. So
They're getting
I think
drunk.
I'm.
They're getting drunk.
I think I've been doing a good job. But either way, I think how I behaved with the mayor was adequate.
I offer my hand. Can you just get off the floor? Though?
Was it though?
Can you sit in the chair, please?
Lay look, floor, chair, do what you gotta
It's
do.
just weird.
I think
Why? The floor is our friend.
I will never disagree with that.
it'll never
The
let
floor
you
is your
down.
friend.
No matter.
It'll never let you down.
It's very true. It'll always hold you up. It'll keep you safe. Except giant purple worms.
Anyways, like,
They'll eat you from the ground.
you find different treats on the ground.
Whoa. No.
Don't eat treats if I'm on the ground.
Do not, please, no, don't do that. No.
We
Yeah.
eat food.
We don't want to waste, and
That's
they're
not-
just leaving good food on the
Look, this
ground.
is the city. We love waste.
Then we should. I'm just gonna put it in my pocket.
Well,
You know what?
you guys have had an eventful evening.
Yeah, what happened to you guys?
Should you tell them or should I?
I'll tell them. So, we went.
You made someone mad.
Oh, it was more than one person.
Yeah.
So, Alpharius. Completely unrelated topic. Remember that halfling?
Why? I'll lean in a little bit.
The halfling that
Yeah,
that made you a very big dragon?
yeah, the one I say was like probably like a murderer. Like I took one look at him after like I fucked up. I had to leave.
Yes, that exact one.
I mean, if I had to like put a time to mine, it's probably like episode 2 towards the end.
Yes, that very one.
Yeah.
Well, I can guarantee that he's a murderer. I can also say that he's a mob boss
Yeah, he's a great jack.
of the Grey Jacks. And
On.
I pissed him off.
Isn't a jack like a type of card?
It's not hard. I try to take his fucking
Yes.
share.
I called him a liar and a cheat.
Probably is. He's a great jack.
No.
I said it to his face.
And
Did I insult him more?
in front of the whole bar.
Oh yeah. In front of everyone he knows, against in front of his friends, and against his murderous monk.
And then there was some stuff about invoking gods and stuff.
Oh yeah. There was that too.
Yeah, it was. We were allowed to leave. More him. My shift ended.
We were both chased out. We were not welcome for the rest of the evening.
I chased him out and then I just left.
But yeah, the
I
Grey
got
Jacks.
to.
Remember how we took credit for solving the Grey Jack issue?
Yes.
No.
You weren't there.
Okay.
Now we're indebted to them.
I don't
Wow.
tell them anything.
Well, then they're going to kill you.
They said they were watching us. They know what we did. Murder. That's not actually what they said, but that's what I got of it.
Basically,
Goes.
they're going to be in touch, and they're going to demand things
How
of us.
many of them were there?
The entire bar.
Oh.
And the entire... And then when we left the bar, no one was on the streets, everything was shut, and there was like 12 people out there with swords ready to kill us.
So you're telling me there's like a small army of men who have extreme influence in this town?
Yes.
And they want to kill you?
You too.
Well, you specifically for insulting
Poke
their
the
boss.
bear.
No, let me phrase this. They are mad
That's
at...
fair.
They're mad at Exodus.
I don't affiliate with that, so
See,
Well, I am-
you cannot affiliate with it, but
I understand
they
that.
see
Yes.
their...
The group logs would state that the name Riken appears on the manifest of who is part of Exodus.
It also has an asterisk of like under duress.
This is a stressful situation.
Okay, well. Hey, actually, I was thinking, hey, they're powerful, influential. They have weapons and whatnot. City's probably going to need defense soon. We should probably get on their good side, maybe.
The Grey Jacks?
Sure. Hey, look, if anyone gets, like, getting paid to do a job, nothing personal, it's a bunch of criminals.
So you're saying we pay them?
No, I say we work for them.
Like join?
Ooh.
Like join their little club?
No, more like contractors.
I don't know. Like, granted, we're not talking to them about it, but they think we murdered a bunch of their friends.
Maybe, but, you know.
I just don't feel like this is a good idea in any way.
And probably ruined a couple shipments.
Yeah.
Matched, probably.
What did you guys do?
Founded some dead bodies. It wasn't really much of a...
Yes.
Why
Wrong
didn't you
place,
just
wrong
tell
time.
them the truth?
Huh? Oh, they wouldn't believe us. We took the credit, you know.
We lied.
Why did you lie?
Because
it
we
was
wanted to make
profitable.
money.
Yes, go on.
Yeah.
You saying you don't like money? Everyone needs money.
Unless you're dead.
That's true.
It's good. But it's because I get food with it.
Okay.
That's fair.
But you guys lied to get money.
Yes.
And now a halfling is after you. With
It's very,
with
very
a monk and a
aggressively
bunch of other
short
people.
halfling.
Aggressively short. You know, if they knew who we are, it's probably because, like, someone in here is listening to us.
I imagine they are.
Who's listening? It's not nice to listen.
Well, I would look
If you
around.
want to listen, you come
You see a lot
join.
of patrons kind of look really deep into their drinks and food.
You,
Get
come,
more focused.
you don't listen, you don't eavesdrop, you come join us.
I'm gonna look around and see if anyone's not uncomfortable.
Everybody looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's no one in here.
There's a couple of families in there with their kids and stuff. They're eating what looks like lunch. A couple of farm hands who are over there drinking and now just like completely confused.
Well, as Theon likes
The
to say,
barkeep, the serving girl, everybody looks confused.
yeah, as Theon likes to say, we're heroes and we have a reputation. So of course everyone talks about us because we're super cool.
I pat him on the back.
Yeah, so they know we're here because people are probably like, oh, look at those badasses. I heard they're standing at Dusty Dog. You know, all that kind of shit. Like, we don't have a fly on the wall listening to us necessarily.
Everybody's listening.
Why would you have a fly on the wall? Did you squish it?
I don't care about flies. Besides the point.
Is this your first time talking to people?
It's been a while since I've been to a village
Well,
town.
You talked
Is this a village or is this a town?
It's a town.
It's a town? Okay.
It's on the borders of town, yeah.
Borders of town.
You talked.
No, I mean, never mind.
You talked to Reginald, right? You talked to that little mouse thing.
Yeah, but Reginald was smart.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like talking to a fly that's on the wall that sees everything.
Flies usually fly.
Yeah, and then they hang out, and then when you try to smash them, they fly away anyway. Or like, you
Yeah,
hit,
that's 'cause
and then
they're
there's
smart.
nothing there. Yeah, but they see everything.
But
You know,
they're not a fly on the wall.
I think the metaphor is being lost.
I could have told you that.
So as you guys are having this conversation, someone comes in the front door and kind of comes in nearby, and you recognize immediately like what this person is. You don't know their name, but you recognize the robes from as an acolyte at the Temple of Parador. And he's a young man. He looks like he's probably maybe 18 or 19 years old, and he's very humble in his approach. And he comes to the table and he's, "Are you the party Exodus? I was told to find you here."
Absolutely, we are.
The elf that was brought to the temple, she's now awake, and she was asking for you personally.
We should probably go see her.
Yeah, second that.
If you want to lead the way, yeah, we'll follow. At least I will. I don't know about anyone else. But.
Well, I'm not going to stay by myself to get murdered alone, so head us up with him.
Oh, yes, just follow me then. I'll walk with you more than likely. I doubt it's hard to miss the temple. You've been there before.
Yep. We make haste.
So, you walk through the streets and head there. It's business as usual for the most part in the late afternoon. A lot of people are eating, and you see that some of the smaller like shops and food courts, the people are outside dining. It's a really nice day today. The weather is fantastic. The sun is shining bright. Not a cloud in the sky anywhere. But you do seem to be. You realize you suddenly feel very conscious about the fact that people are purposely keeping their distance from you now. And you also notice that the 5 cloaked men, Greyjacks, who are outside, are also following you, keeping a distance of about maybe 30 to 40 feet behind you, but they're definitely following you. You pick up on this right away, and you understand now what they were discussing when they came inside the Dusty Dog. Eventually you come to the wide open court in the stone courtyard with the statue of Parathor out front, and go up the wide steps into the internal chambers with the bay windows and all the rose windows with the art and the colors and the large fountain. And you can see the altar where you were brought back to life through whatever God's blessing that you happened to please that day. And then he beckons you to follow him, and he takes you deeper into the side temple where you pass a few doors. It's like an eating area, private studies quarters, such. They lead you to deep into a back room, and there's like the medicine. I can't remember what the Latin word is, but it's the medical chamber. So you can see all kinds of apothecary equipment and herbs in jars and such in the room, and there are a few of the priests there, kind of standing over the elf she's been bandaged, and you can see that from the last time you saw her, she seems to have regained some semblance of her vitality. You know, there's still what looks like permanent areas where there's scarring and like skin rot in her. You're not sure if her arm will ever be fully back to flesh again.
So she looks like she's still combating the disease?
Yeah. Or whatever element that was that she's afflicted with.
Does she look pretty coherent right now?
Yeah, she's kind of sitting up, and they're examining her. You can see the head priest is in there as well. He's got these like focals or these little instruments, and he's like taking notes, and they're kind of looking her over, and they have like these strange incense or whatever that they're kind of burning in the room. And they when you guys come in, they heard the door open, they turn and beckon you over to them. So the older gentleman, the high priest that you're already familiar with. So she's awake now, and she we sent the boy to go find you. It appears she has some things to discuss with you.
Perfect.
We'll take her. We'll take our leave, and you can have the chamber. She hasn't been extremely forthright with us in discussing her injuries or much of anything really. But we'll take our leave, and you can have the room, and when you're done, just let us know. She's probably going to have to stay here still for a while to regain whatever she can to heal and get back to herself. It might take months from the look of it for her to fully recover.
Well, thank you very much for what you've been doing.
It's Parathor's command, so we do. Then they turn and exit the room.
No.
So is she okay?
For the most part.
She looks like she's got skin rot. This is why we need to go.
I approach the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Hold up. I forgot this woman's name. I'm going to be honest here. I'm not even going to try to hide the fact that I forgot.
Matter of fact, what was the high priest's name?
Aurelia. No, that's
Oh, I got a way around this. Do you remember who you are? What's your name?
I'm not gonna lie on play because that feels way too clever to being a half orc. Way too clever.
I'm sorry.
Got name?
Guard captain, you ranger.
Nirella.
Narella.
Narella.
Nirella.
Nayrilla.
I got it.
Yeah,
Narella.
I had that too. I totally had it too.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we all
Really?
had it.
probably. Definitely all do somewhere more than likely.
Yeah, somewhere.
And that was just to be sure that was Narella.
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 Nay.
I approached the bed and I say, Narella, you called for us.
So she doesn't make immediate eye contact with you guys. She seems in a very contemplative state at the moment. And she finally just kind of looks up and just asks, where did you find me?
Oh, I picked you up in the middle of the road. You were all like desperate and like,
But no, didn't she was by the edge of the forest, wasn't she?
She came
I
out,
was outside of town and we were on our way back.
came out of the forest, but
What side of the forest was it?
that would be the east.
Well, I don't remember.
We were headed north on the
Yeah.
south road. She came out of the forest from the east.
The edge of the forest on the east side of town. We were about, what, like a couple hours from...
We were several miles south of Greencrest.
Yeah, we could kind of see the town off in the distance or something like that. Yeah. I remember. Wait, I'm gonna look. Do I have any spots? Because I was carrying her around. Yeah. Elaine, you and Reginald know medicine. Do I have any spots? Check me out.
Oh, that's not good.
I will
Don't tell
give
him the
you
truth.
medicine if you say my name correctly.
Aileen. Erlen.
He's trying?
Tips? No tips?
It's okay.
Aileen.
It's okay, Luthak. You're fine.
Ouch! My pride.
Honestly, right in my pride.
You thought. Get pride.
Fine, I'll check myself. I start checking for spots.
You look horrible.
I feel horrible. Thank you.
I couldn't give a straight face.
Well, what happened?
I don't really remember. I've been struggling to remember ever since I woke up. I don't really remember much.
But you called us here. Certainly you have something to tell us.
I was hoping you could tell me more about what maybe you knew or saw more or could tell me anything
It's okay.
about the situation.
You said you're going to take care of the wood elves, and we take care of some other problem.
I remember that.
So why don't we start? What was that? 4 weeks ago?
It was a while.
About 18 episodes ago, more or less?
It was 4 weeks, plus or minus 3 weeks from being in the Feywild. So like
Well over
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
No, it's like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 months.
Yeah, a couple.
Out of character, can I?
Wow.
Sorry. Do that.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, stream.
Yeah, he's a professional. You'd think he'd know better.
Yeah!
Can I roll a history check?
You can do whatever you want.
A D&D book.
I'm gonna roll it.
I would like to... well, shit, never mind, you beat me to
No,
it.
no, you do it. Don't worry.
I would
I'm
like-
going to.
I'm going to roll a history check. To see if I can exactly-
Lessons.
I'm going to roll a history check
Uh-huh.
to remember what she said. Because when she came out of the forest, when we picked her up, she looked at her hand and said something.
Mm-hmm.
Something important. That I cannot remember.
Okay.
Yes.
And knowing my luck with, like,
I don't
people,
think I heard it, because I wasn't around.
I would like to inspire myself. Because looking at her I'm going to simply say, you can remember this.
Plot important.
You are not dead by a halfling.
Are you talking to yourself?
Always. Always. 13?
A 13?
Or 12, sorry, 12.
12?
12.
You
Sweet roll.
You do. It comes back to you after a second. You remember that she, before she passed out, she said, "We have to stop LaFay."
Oh, yeah.
And I look at her and I say, if I'm not mistaken, the last thing that you said before you went unconscious when we found you was, we have to stop LaFay.
She kind of looks up. I don't remember. I don't remember saying anything. I just remember waking up here on the table and being told that I was in Greencrest. So I immediately thought that I asked who brought me here, and they directed me to you, and I asked that you be brought here.
Maybe I can help
did
you
at least
remember.
make it this far. I have flashes. I remember running through the woods and tripping and falling and
Hit her with your stick.
barely
Do it.
with the ability to barely having the energy to stay awake. I ran for days straight without sleep. It's in flashes. I remember being in the woods and searching for somebody, for something. I remember the only thing that really stands out, I remember, it's been in my dreams the whole time. I remember these eyes looking into these lifeless orbs, these green dots in them, this looming figure ever present there in the back of my mind. Whenever I sleep, it's there. I feel like it's always there.
Do those green dots remind me of the fucking undead thing we fought? The champion?
Is it?
That's a, history check?
I mean, it's your memory, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to roll it. I'm going to roll a history check to determine if that description reminds me of when we fought the champion.
Okay.
Nah, fuck that. Roll a deception check.
I hate you. 18.
18?
18.
You do remember that. The piercing green eyes, the pupils coming from inside the helm.
And then I go on, when she says that, I begin to describe the champion we fought. Piercing green eyes, clad in metal. What was the symbol on his chest?
Oh, the symbol?
It was
It
a
was a
face one symbol?
skull.
there's a skull behind a green and a
A
green
skull.
flame in the background.
A skull with a green flame, clad in plate with a sword with.
A white skull with
Show
green
it to me.
flames.
Wow.
I mean, just like summon it now.
Absolutely pull out your sword and show this woman your sword.
I would, except for you're the one asking. And I just feel it's
Alright,
fine. Yeah.
Pull out your sword.
Performance anxiety?
Potions for that.
Memory, it's over.
Yeah, whatever.
We can continue. I can insult you to pull it out.
Well, no, you.
Whatever you're into, just do whatever you got.
All right, and I summon the life-stealing sword, and it just kind of plops, and I just hold it
And he wielded
pointed
this.
into the sword. Into the
in both hands, right?
well, it's pointed into the. I just.
It's a great sword, so.
It is a great sword.
Yeah.
But I'm just holding it for display. I'm not gonna fight with it.
Well, you're a scholar, so I'm not
It's
assuming you're like.
point down into the floor.
Alright, leave it on its status.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that.
Once it's a packed weapon, it's weightless, so I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
You should put it on a chain.
Except for wield it with one hand.
Well, yeah.
Because it's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, true.
Oh, game mechanics!
Yay!
Yay! 5e!
Anyway, yeah, there it is.
Anyways,
That sword.
She doesn't recall it at all. It doesn't like
Yeah.
anything. The description as well. She doesn't seem to remember enough and put it together.
I just let it go, and when it falls, it shatters and disappears.
You remember seeing the eyes
Good job. High five.
at night.
I do.
Darkness of the forest probably would have crept up on you.
Feels like it. I remember it concerns me that I'm nobody seems to know of any of the other what else that came from the Silver Realm, and I haven't seen anybody else. You're the first people I've seen other than the Temple Acolytes and the priest.
We may have seen some wood elves from the Silver Realm.
Can we just get around this and have Elin hit her in the head with a stick? I don't know your name.
I approach the wood elf lady.
Okay.
Do you want your memories?
She takes a moment.
I can help you regain your memories, but in this moment, you may not want them back. Some memories are better left forgotten.
And sometimes you have to do what's best for everyone.
So that's why I ask you, because these are yours and yours alone. Do you want your memories back? Do you want to remember?
So, I guess I have no choice. I feel like there's something important, something is there that needs to be remembered. So, yes, I need to know.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Step back.
So I take it out. So I, so I take out my spear.
I thought you were going to say my stick.
And I
Congrats.
pointed at her, and then I slowly walk up, and then you sort of see like a greenish
Settle
tint.
down.
Slowly, and then I just go book in the middle of her head.
And you do.
That's restoration.
D6
Yes,
damage.
D6 damage, yeah. Roll for initiative, guys.
Yeah, we can take her.
So, after the
Settle
stick
down.
touches and then the light dissipates, your staff, you retract it. She immediately touches her face and her head and begins rubbing the sides of her head, and she falls off the table down to the ground to her knees, and she begins to just sob loudly and begins to cry, and the tears begin to roll off her face onto the floor and hitting the floor, and she just she's slowly whispering and forming sentences, and most of it at first is in native Elvish, and then changes into common, and she keeps saying, they're all dead, they took them all, they're all gone.
Mm-hmm.
That monster and that ranger, they took us to the tower.
Right? And I'm saying this out loud.
Oh, she's saying it out loud.
Oh, okay.
She's sobbing and crying on the floor. She was there.
Is there a clock?
She wasn't there in body, but she was there. A shadow on the walls. You could hear her voice and see her formless hands, one at a time, steal the life from each one of those that came with me, my friends screaming in agony and pain as she ripped their souls from their body and absorbed them. She killed all of them. And that thing in the armor, the monstrosity, all along with her at her side, watching and laughing at our suffering as this went on for days and weeks, draining everything there was in us.
I'll get down on one knee and put my hand on her back.
Sorry.
How they? How'd they capture you?
We were following him, his trail, in the Wild Elves. And it led us to the Tower of Night. We had tracked him and them moving back and forth through the woods for a few weeks, trying to nail down where they were camping and how they were going back and forth to harass the travelers coming along the road. And we finally figured that this is where they were going. We entered the city and for the most part found it empty. The place has been abandoned for however long, thousands of years. There was nobody there. Just Savannah and his wild elves that he had recruited or manipulated into following him. But upon entering the tower and confronting him, when we thought he had him cornered, is when the undead came out and attacked us. They swarmed us, and the skeletons and the ghouls, they overwhelmed us. We fought desperately and slayed as many as we could, but we just couldn't hold back. And then she appeared, and that shadow, that formless figure, almost like a torn cloth in the wind, just fluttering ever in and out of full shape. She cast some spell, and we were all restrained. And then that armored monstrosity, he came out, and the wild elves. And from that point forward, she started killing us one at a time. And I watched as my brethren were changed into whites and killed, and whatever she seemed to need at the moment. And then for the month that I was there, captive, I could hear the pounding of blacksmiths, and the town became alive. And they ever brought people, increasingly more wild elves, to the tower and changed them into undead and fed on my fellow friends. I only managed to escape because I used the remains of one of my fellow elves to pick the lock and escape through the window.
You fashioned a lockpick out of his bones?
I did. I needed to escape. All I knew, running, was that I needed to get back to Greencrest and tell people what was happening. At this point in time, she's accumulated far too much power. She now has a force of ghouls and zombies and skeletons and wights at her disposal, as well as that thing, whatever it was. And
did you only ever see one of the armored?
I saw one. Only ever saw one speak to her. It would come and go as it pleased through the tower.
Never more than one at a time? Or could you identify
his retinue? Those others that seemed like him, clad in the same armor and with the emblem of the Formless One upon them.
And the one that talked to her, was there anything that set him apart?
He was vast in size. Could never hear them. He would only just stand in the background and watch as she tortured us one at a time and killed those that she felt needed to be killed, or turned those that she might have thought would benefit her in some way.
Well,
I did hear one thing though. I heard maybe somebody nearby outside of our hallway talking this person came into the room with Lefay once, and they were talking about some ritual, something that needed to be done. This person was thin and gaunt and looked like a human that lived in the sewer, was covered in rot and filth and warts. And Lefay addressed her as Gorenda, and she was doing some work for her.
Brenda the Hag.
She did appear to look as though she was look like a hag. It matches what I would imagine. I've never seen one before. But she had a powerful magic, and she began to feed us this concoction that resulted in my skin falling off and being damaged, and the smell. I'll never forget the smell.
Sounds like that's where the skin rot's coming from.
Or are they just...
This.
Are the people getting
But
infected?
they mentioned
just
something, someplace, somewhere in some swamp, some ancient tree, the blight tree. And that's all I know. I escaped the next day.
Out of character, do I know about this ancient tree?
Do you?
The blight tree?
The blight tree?
How much do you know about swamps?
I think I know a fair amount of swamp. About the swamp.
She thinks she knows something about swamps.
I know something about swamp.
Yeah, I think you know something about trees. I give it a roll.
So she finally stands up, kind of begins wiping the tears from her face and trying to present herself in a more dignified fashion. But none of that matters. What's done is done at this point. It's obvious that her plan is to wage war against the lands and reclaim what she lost in Othbel.
Have you told the mayor or anything about this yet?
Nope. He spoke her up.
Still just as dense as the last time we spoke, right? No, you were the first people I've spoken to other than the head priest and the acolytes that have been tending to my wounds and helping me recover. I was hoping that you would shed light on how you found me, and I already went over this, and I don't know why I'm going over it again. And now you know everything that I've seen and where we were unsuccessful. There's something interesting, though, to note about Safana. There were times where it seemed like when we would be paraded in front of Lefay and she would play games with us and talk to us, and there were times where I would see him speaking to himself, speaking to something that's was not in the room, someone not present. There's something wrong with the man. I originally suspected that he might have been tricked or some spell cast on him. It seems something different, something more. He's in touch with some spirit or some driving factor that keeps pushing him towards what he's doing, into her service. My guess is that Lefay offered him something that he couldn't refuse, or something that would help him.
Yeah, something that would help him. Like
Or
missionaries to execute the person who wronged him.
Or, even worse, maybe she offered him the soul of his sister.
Why would she have a claim?
Not that she does, but maybe something's playing a game.
Could be.
It could be a lot of things.
So are the only people getting the skin rot thing getting dragged to the tower and dosed, or are people just catching it, walking around? Or like once you have it, just go by? Are they like catching and releasing type of thing?
Did they release any of the people they infected? that you're aware of.
But
They
it
just
sounds,
they just made
Not that
them.
I'm aware of.
They just watched him rot.
but it sounds like she's this
Did they
G person.
dispose of the bodies?
Maybe.
Raise infected corpses as zombies?
And it also wouldn't be hard for the hag to finish her concoction and go to other towns and administer it to a food and watch it spread.
We need to get a cure for this.
And you get a cure for this.
That would
and
be
then-
that would be a good guess. I don't believe the tower is the source. I believe that's where they perfected this spell, this curse, whatever it is, the disease, and this hag is probably responsible for spreading it.
A curse that she spreads herself. A cure doesn't really do much for that. I mean, it'll help, clearly, but
Unless you stop her, you won't really stop the.
she'll
You
just.
won't be able to produce enough.
I imagine a hag can outsource us. Yeah.
Either way, it sounds like we're still going to the same place.
Yeah, it does.
Either way, the puffball mushroom should be effective. But we should also dispose of the one, what you guys do best.
And
Dispose of the one who's causing it.
did you know anything? Did you know anything? Did you know anything about the blight tree?
Can I do a history check?
Yes, you
You can
can.
do whatever you want.
I want to do a history check. 13!
Plus your modifier.
12 plus 1.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Nature,
It's been a while since we played D&D. I forgot how to
or
do it.
history,
So.
intelligence.
You're not intimately familiar. There's a lot of you've never heard of anything like that specifically.
Blight tree.
But if anything, I know the right person who would know about that.
Your friend.
Dimble!
So
Still need to find Dimble.
And while
So-
we're not here, we won't be getting killed by any Greyjacks.
I'll be honest. The Greyjacks are not an immediate problem.
No, they just
Because
want
we
to
have,
follow.
maybe, a countess of undead origin with a hag with more champions and an undead tower with an army of undead.
That's a lot of undead.
Uh-huh.
The half elf seems he might be half right. I don't know. All I know for sure is that LaFay is both attached to the world but not attached to the world at the same time. She moves ethereally from place to place, goes through walls and floors, has no real physical form.
Did she ever appear when Sylphana wasn't around?
Many times when she would torture us and drain us of our life essence.
Can I roll a
She
history
would
check?
taunt us.
I would like to roll a history check to see if I've ever heard of anything like that. Since I know I rolled a history check prior to just kind of figure out what are some of the ways she could come back. Thinking about all the thought I put into that, were any ones that would have the same effect that she has now, where she's like the living embodiment of shadow, but she has a corporeal form to a degree. She's still ethereal in those types.
Sure, you can try.
Yay!
Notice that.
22 lied 19.
Yeah.
Nothing that really matches any specific form of magic that would keep somebody alive or surpass death.
Would there be anything
The
that
incorporeal form in her matches a couple of different things. It matches shadows, ghosts, wraiths, banshees. It could just be an effect that she's playing herself. Maybe she's not even physically present on the plane and she's astral projecting. There are a lot of different things that match the description of somebody doing something as similar to that effect.
Perfect. Okay. Well then,
But life draining.
how do we go about stopping her?
I'm gonna roll a relations check. The life draining draws my attention.
Okay.
Of all the creatures you just mentioned, or beings, entities, or scenarios, which one of those would need a feed off of the living? It's nat 20, but that means nothing.
Yeah.
21.
First natural 20 since we've
Well-
been back, and it was wasted on stat
Well,
check.
nothing specifically needs to feed on people's life force. Specifically, wraiths do to maintain their form. But from what you know about the Fae and how she perished, doesn't really match the lore for how wraiths are born and how they come into the world. To a degree. Deep anger and sorrow and emotions that are attached to pulling them there is one thing, but in general, just being a powerful wizard is a whole nother addition that's just throwing everything together.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out, she's a shadowy form just showing up with a bendy straw, just sucking out souls.
All I see is
It's possible that she was just doing it because it was malicious and evil and she enjoyed doing it. Capable of doing it. But there are also, you remember hearing stories about the Formless One and the powers that he bestows his followers, and the ability to change people into undead is not beyond his, since he stole the secrets of undeath from Orcus during the Great Betrayal. Or so. That's what the legend says. So he can create ghouls and wraiths, and it wouldn't be beyond him having a powerful follower of such or gifting another powerful follower with the ability to do something similar.
Just
Well, it sounds like we have work to do.
And while we have you, what do we even do about this? About her?
We have to kill her. We have to defeat her. That much is evident.
Yeah. But I mean,
If
do
skin rot,
we
if skin
have to
rot,
kill her?
if skin rot gets out of control, there won't be any standing armies left within the region that can withstand her. She would march uncontested through the Central Vale and as far else as she wants to. She would become a blight of undeath and curses, draining the life of the people she encounters and all life of the land.
that's why we need to find the
There would be no hiding from her and no stopping her. In essence, she might finally get what she wants anyways and perfect the rituals of lichdom, which she had always wanted to begin with.
Yeah, so it seems like
All we would do is make way for another Enoth to rise and rule again, and an empire of blood and death to spread across the lands.
cure the skin rot, get the cure out, whatever. Take out the tag team partner. Then
Really what we need is allies and people together. And what is the mayor and what are the people here at the Central Vale doing? I'm sure there must be signs of this spreading and happening. Have they at least been proactive in their efforts to defend the town and ready themselves for war? Her presence has to have been made obvious.
Although the mayor's been reaching out to the other mayors in the nearby settlements, but
He'll have a more convincing story now. That champion that was with the Fae, he attacked.
Who?
the
The
mayor,
mayor and his wife.
we
mainly the wife.
We were able to...
interceded.
We got there in time enough to defeat the champion
What?
and the whites that were with him.
and
Yeah.
then of
So-
course they contracted us to help.
You see, you defeated a member of the Wild Hunt
Yes.
and his minions, or minions of LaFay,
Minions of LaFay.
Minions of the Fae.
Two of your brethren, I
and
suppose.
they were after the mayor. Do we know why?
Silphana sent them to get the mayor's wife.
Presumably for revenge.
She is the one who... his sister, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, his sister stayed behind and allowed them to escape during the war. Died for her effort. He blames the mayor's wife, so he sent a little hit team.
So they are connected then. So that is the connecting thread then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they promised him vengeance on behalf of his sister's spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Has convinced him to help.
Seems logical.
Yes.
But what is his payoff long term then?
I don't know. A dagger, I suppose.
Maybe it has to do with the thing he is talking to.
I suspect she'll just kill him.
That's my suspicion as well. I believe that she would just kill him. Why would she honor any pacts? Or he's just a tool to be used.
Yeah.
You should consider that yourselves if you come face to face with him.
Oh, jeez. Friggin' elves.
I will.
So much stuff going on.
The Silver Realm, they won't assist. I can guarantee you that. We'll strengthen our borders and raise our elementals and
Lock down like elves do.
raise further walls and protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you were talking about maybe...
It seems as though the Central Veil is on its own.
Remember when you were saying we may need to go work with the Greyjacks?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It may not be so outlandish now.
I know it wasn't then.
Absolutely was.
Why don't we just tell the Greyjacks that there's treasure in that tower?
I suspect they know, and they don't care.
I'm gonna be honest. They're probably thought.
But we can convince them. They
What-
can be heroes.
They don't want to be.
They do not want to
I
be
need
heroes.
I need to
you've
explain
spent too much
something.
time with Terrowyn.
I need to explain something to you about heroes and why you shouldn't listen to him. But we'll do that later.
You should absolutely listen to me
Don't listen to him. He'll lead you to something stupid, and you'll probably die.
and be a hero. 100%.
If that be a hero, that's right.
What up? What are you gonna do now? You should probably.
Well, I'm going to continue to rest and regain my strength. And if necessary, then I guess if worst comes to worst and Greencrest is assailed, I guess I'll fight until I die.
Yeah, you should.
The mayor could definitely use your counsel on all this.
I should inform him. This may change the way that they've been doing preparations and or such, and Eladio definitely needs to know what's moving against them.
They suspected that. We didn't suspect. We brought it up that it might have been Faye, but without proof, it was just dismissed. But this evidence.
This doesn't surprise me. She's dead. Who wouldn't believe otherwise?
Certainly not a lot of you.
Their ancestors here in the Central Vale killed her themselves. Why would they assume that she's alive?
We found
They're simple
evidence of it.
people. Not everybody lives in magic like elves and gnomes and dragonborn.
Well, the Wild Hunt showed up. Changed that.
So,
Yes, their involvement is not surprising at this point, seeing the connection. People had always suspected that Lefay was possibly going through the Formless One to achieve the knowledge necessary to become a lich, and she just died before her time. It's historical speculation.
well, we are.
But now that they're here, she must have promised them something. He doesn't just send the Wild Hunt for no reason. They always have a reason for where they are and why they go to and from.
Later.
I assume it's because she might have possibly offered him the souls of all those that she kills in her wrath and path for revenge.
Later.
You can speak. You're an adult. I told you not to listen
Either
to
way,
him.
there's no time to waste.
We are readying right now to go into the Trollcrawl Mire and attempt to find the antidote, and now to go looking for the Blight Tree and save her friend,
If
who...
you find the Blight Tree and the hag is there and you kill her, that at least means that they will no longer have this curse to spread on people. That combined with an antidote should allow us to control the outbreaks and cure those who may already be afflicted.
Well then. Looks like we have the next heroic task for Exodus.
Oh, God. It's not heroic.
Yeah, we're a team.
You must be warned though that she was especially powerful.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
The hag?
lie.
Yes, the hag.
I'm very much on your side, Reagan, on this one. But if we don't stand up and do it, who will?
Look, I'm gonna do it, obviously. But, just... We're all gonna die.
At least we can die with friends.
Well, I mean, I certainly can.
I'll do my best to keep you guys alive,
I'm kind of sorry about that one.
but you guys have to be on the front lines. I'll help support in the back.
I do not. If you just please, for the love of all that's holy, strike something out with lightning, it'll be amazing.
You got any other information to share?
That's it. That's what we experienced. We tracked him down. He led us to the tower. We were ambushed, overwhelmed, and he killed all of my friends and compatriots and turned them into whites.
Army of elf whites? Check.
Undead plague with a hag leading it.
Check.
Presumably almost lich demon creature controlling the shadows.
Check.
Champions in armor with probably more life-stealing swords.
Yes, check.
Undead holy tree that's separating and cursing the land.
Check.
Great guys following us outside, ready to jump us.
Extra check.
Check.
5 individuals.
That's a bonus check. That's actually unrelated and still a nuisance.
5 heroes of extraordinary might ready to attempt to fort this or die trying.
Speaking of, it just now occurs to you that Lucian hasn't followed you here, and you haven't seen him since he went upstairs to wash his face and hands after arriving in the Dusty Dog.
Oh, shit.
Doesn't even know where Lucian went.
He was sleeping in his room. He told
Honestly.
me not to wake him up, or he would burn the animals.
Well, that's rude. Wow, that escalated quickly.
It would be right.
Yes.
But, so, that's 5 individuals? We'll have to go check on Lucian. He must have overslept. Hopefully.
We're done here.
We're
She
gonna,
needs a rest.
and we need to finish readying for our soon-to-be departure.
And I need to find out what's going on with that blight.
We got a couple days for that armor to get
Chopping
finished, so
animals.
don't... Look,
It's been 1 day, we have 2 left, and then we leave.
okay? But also, no need to rush.
Maybe we should just, I don't know, hunker down, not get caught by ourselves to get overpowered by the Grey Jacks.
Always
You
try.
know, the city's trying to kill us. I don't know if you guys... I know you realize that. I'm just saying, it's like vacationing in a high probability of murder.
Luthok,
But
how do you feel like going back and talking with the halfling again?
I don't like it a bit.
We may have to do that.
Wait, are
You?
you coming?
No.
Yes.
No.
No, I don't like it a
No,
bit.
that's a bad idea.
I don't like it. You piss him off. He really doesn't like you.
And that's where we'll start.
Generally, negotiations are supposed to start from a position of power.
Or at least a
let's
neutral
kidnap
position.
somebody or something.
No, we're not going to do that.
They might respect that move.
What about leverage?
We don't have any.
Why don't we get some?
Why don't we ignore them for now?
That's a fair question.
Well,
the Greyjacks
I
are
like some.
the Greyjacks are in Greencrest. So if it gets attacked, I'm sure they'll fight or hide criminals. But if they don't have anywhere to hide, they'll fight.
Didn't you guys said that you had a goblin friend?
Yeah,
No, we don't have a goblin friend. We have a goblin piece of trash.
we have a goblin in front.
I don't recognize any of these goblin allegations.
He's in the wind anyway.
Yeah, he's gone.
Either way, we should ready.
And no, he can't fly.
We
He's gone
we should
in the wind.
ready.
I figured you would misinterpret it. I was trying to be considerate. I'm over it. I'm not doing it anymore.
Good.
Anyway, let's go.
We should ready for war, battle, death, all of the above.
Alright, no go on telling the mayor about all this shit.
What? No, we tell the mayor
Oh,
everything.
she's gonna tell the mayor.
No, I'm not.
I'll tell the mayor.
No, we're gonna let her tell the mayor
What?
because her word will hold more weight than ours.
Okay, sure. The mayor has hired us to do the job. I'm pretty sure he trusts us.
True. What do you want Elizabeth?
We will inform the mayor on our way out.
At the town?
Sure. There's not much he can do about any of this anyhow.
Just ready for you. Actually, you're right. We should definitely tell him so we can have time to ready.
Shore up defenses. What little there are. Or evacuate the town and just flee. Just go away. Go somewhere where there's walls, maybe. I don't know.
Can't live this way, like.
No, I'm saying we're gonna go do this
We're gonna go be heroes.
thing. Probably die and fail, but
Die heroes.
Maybe like have them implement, curfew, all that kind of stuff.
sure.
All the scared stuff where you hide.
Huh?
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know about.
Just
The curfew
curfews.
part. Yeah. Makes it real easy. You go through the town knowing in the streets, and like little canisters of victims' houses. Anyway.
Well, either way, we have a few days to kill.
Just a couple.
Just do.
Just do.
Just do.
Well, they are
2 days to
fitted.
kill, 2 days not to get killed. Yeah, anyway.
Fair point.
Good luck with your healing. And, try not to die.
Thoughts
Yeah,
and
that's
prayers
right.
and all that.
I'll do my best.
Be careful with the
Climbs back
memories.
up onto the bed that she was occupying.
Be all super awkward. The tuck her in.
I think
Yeah, super awkward. Tuck her in. She grabs the blanket, just off your hand.
Sometimes
Do you
it's,
mind?
it pays to
I'm
not
just
be
making
nice.
sure you're comfortable.
Thank you, stranger.
You're welcome.
I get another pillow from one of the, if there's any other little beds, and I'll fluff it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it over to her.
She's slightly confused, but
What
she
is
appreciates
going?
it.
What are you, nurses?
Yeah.
They just care.
No, we
It's
care,
always-
right?
Why?
Not everything's about life drinking.
Yeah.
Give it to her. Get your sword out of here.
Only the interesting things.
She went through a lot, remembering her memories. It's just comfort. She needs comfort. All her people are gone.
I know I get tired when I think real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's fair.
we should probably go.
We go for the door. We're doing it.
Yeah, so you open the door and you all start leaving. She calls out one last thing. She says, "Wait, I remember one other thing. When tracking Savannah, we found disturbing signs of the presence of a dragon in the region.
Oh yes. There's a green.
Yeah, there's a green dragon.
I hate to assume what terrible effects somebody like LeFay could convince a green dragon to do, if it's not stopped."
The green dragon is kind of angry right now.
Well, we got a lot to chew. Maybe one bite at a time.
Should we go talk to the dragon?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was
Let's talk to the
advised that-
dragon on the way to the hag.
No, I was advised that I
let's
should
cure
talk to
this
the dragon.
disease.
How big were the tracks?
Step.
We didn't see tracks, so signs.
Signs?
Kobold signs and moving. The whisper in the wind, the land.
Dragon here.
Wily coyote holding a sign.
Casualty.
The chlorine gas coming down the creek and pouring down from the mountains.
Yes.
Step said to go
All the
through a creek.
signs of a dragon presence.
I hate when
Green
there's
dragon.
too much chlorine in the water. It burns my eyes.
I can tell you this though, it's a young dragon.
Young. That's better than old.
Young dragons are more malleable to deal with than ancients or older adults that are set in their ways. They may be trying to lair or attempt to lair in the area. Convinced otherwise, or convinced or paid off or bribed, it may just leave on its own.
Any chance you think we can convince it to attack LeFay?
I think you have a hard enough chance convincing it to do anything other than what it feels like doing.
And we'll just make it feel like it needs to attack a tower.
But you have to be careful.
Who do you think
If you do
are?
approach this dragon, anybody here knows any better than the Dragonborn probably knows. Green dragons are especially devious and wise. So its age could give it away. Like I said, you may not be the most powerful individuals in the realm, but no young dragon wants to see 6 or 7 armed adventurers arrive in its lair when it's still new and setting up.
Right.
It
Good.
could be all the negotiating power you need.
That's right.
So we'll just go in there with Luthok's idea and just have leverage.
Bang some pots and pans, scared away like wild animals.
No, that's not leverage.
Not exactly
That
right.
does scare a lot of animals.
Yeah, I know. So, one way to hunt.
Off my porch, dragon!
I waved my stick at it.
Oh, this is a man escape you. Get off my
It seems to have layered deep in the mountains from what we could tell in the signs passing. We couldn't really afford to investigate any further.
That's
What
what we've
shape
been
is
hearing.
What shape is the mountain?
I mean, what
Mount-
shape is the mountain?
mountain
It's a
shape.
mountain.
Yeah, but which specific shape is this mountain?
It's mountain shaped.
Mountain shape. Listen, we found signs of it near the creeks west of here in the Grey Spire Forest. It shouldn't be hard to track down. The kobolds themselves will give away their presence easily enough.
I was told that there's a password.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Seb told me that there's a password.
I'm tired. I need to rest.
Have a good night.
I gently push her on the back and just kind of start pushing her towards the door. You're done now.
Yeah.
You're done now.
Remember, there's killers.
No more talking.
No.
Good. You guys close the door behind you.
But don't you guys know?
Exit
I was
tactfully.
telling you that
Yeah,
Seb
exit
was telling me about
We
this.
will
Yeah.
discuss it more in length, but at the current time, only Sir Reginald.
God damn it.
Reginald doesn't want to talk to me.
Perfect.
Well, as our employer, I don't think you can really tell her that.
Yeah.
Sir Reginald is our employer.
Don't give her ideas, man.
Hey, she hired you,
So as you guys leave,
boss.
follow the hallway out the way you came. It's not super complicated, and you leave, and then very suddenly, Riken, you feel a pain in your chest.
Damn straight.
Oh, I knew going in a church for biting in the ass.
It's heavy and sharp and strikes you.
You're only young on the outside.
Almost like somebody just squeezed your heart.
I know what you want.
And then you hear her voice. You hear Lilith for the first time in weeks. Well, Riken, my dear, I hope you haven't forgotten what I sent you here to do.
Not forgetting.
You sure seem not to be making the effort. It was a very simple task I asked of you. I could kill one of your friends again if you like. If you need extra motivation,
Don't need extra motivation.
remember, the blood of someone innocent, preferably of someone who serves Parathor, the sigil, and once again flashes into the forethought of your mind. You see it, the infernal dialect of what she wants. You must write it on this object, on the rock that fell from Elysium. And then the pain resides.
Riken, are you okay?
Just a little sore. I've been stabbed lately.
Yeah, get that.
I was stabbed recently. So I'm a little pain. We'll just walk that shit off.
We need to take more breaks from D&D sometimes because we've all been doing fantastic tonight. I gotta cry with laughter here.
Yeah.
Great. It's quality.
Yeah, you should definitely send that great blade back to the other place.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. After I was done showing it, I just
Showing it off. Okay.
let go, and when it hits the floor, it shatters and disappears.
Well, yeah. That's probably why you got chest pain.
Well,
It's probably why you got like chest pain. You squinch a little bit. I mean, that sword's hungry.
oh no, it doesn't quite work exactly like that. It's not like alive. It doesn't. It's a transference. I heal from.
So you feed it.
No, it doesn't feed. It's just
You use it to kill people and take their souls.
No, it doesn't take souls. I don't know how to explain it. It's fucking magic.
That is the lamest excuse.
I open a wound and my wound closes. I don't.
It's more like a trade.
You said you were a scholar. You should know things.
I have been studying demons and devils.
Should probably remember where we're at.
They study demons and devils here. I'm sure they have a huge library.
Why don't you visit and learn, maybe? I'm surprised you haven't tried to
It's a
learn.
small
Well,
church.
it seems like every time we're about to have some time where I can do things like what I want to do, some bullshit like a undead invasion pops up. You know,
Perfect. We
just
have-
a little thing.
We have
Oh,
2
that's
days.
just life. You gotta prioritize the things you want.
You know, study and try to save my own life. Save the whole world from undead invasion because I live in it.
Yeah. No time to read when you're a zombie and you had your brains eaten or whatever.
Yep.
Orc invasion, undead invasion. Hasn't even been a decade.
You know what I always say? It's always good to be the invader and not the invadee.
Well, that would be something an orc says.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
That's because you have nowhere to go home to.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
Home is everywhere.
Damn!
Home is everywhere.
That's
Guys,
messed
quit screaming.
I'm a little upset right now.
It's okay, Reichen. The forest is your home.
My name's not right. That son of a bitch! God damn it! I told you that.
It's fucking fantastic.
You know, I thought we were putting the building blocks of friendship together and you just knocked them all down.
Don't be so sensitive.
So as you walk through the church, you all exit to the front steps and you're standing in the courtyard near the statue of Parasaur. It's well past afternoon at this point, pushing towards evening.
Are those guys out there with swords?
Not. You don't see them immediately. You don't see any of them.
They'd be silly to attack all of us at once.
I look up. Is there anyone above us? I don't know why, but I just like death from above.
Blue skies or more colored skies because it's getting evening, so there's like some pinks.
All
and some
skies
oranges.
matter.
It's a thing, you know.
Cute. That was terrible.
Shame! Oh, shit.
We need shame.
I was just wounded. Hurt people, okay?
He's just lashing out at the world.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, I'm tired. I've been thinking really hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I already warned you what happens when he does that.
When I get tired, I get angry.
You don't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the inn and get a nice early night for once.
And Alfarius,
Yeah,
at some point, because I know we have a couple days before we're going to venture out.
2 days.
2 days. A couple of days.
2 days.
Matter of fact, didn't when you have armor that was due finished at the end of the day today?
Oh shit, I do. I'm going to go pick that up.
Mm-hmm. All by your lonesome? Please?
I will go in my lonesome to go grab some armor.
No, remember the city's trying to kill us.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Luthor, do you want to help me go grab some armor?
I guess so. Fuck that guy.
Don't be.
I'm gonna get back on him. I just gotta think of what I'm gonna do.
If you want, I can help you. I mean, yes, you should definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna go pick up his armor. So one of you guys wanna go tell the mayor like everyone's doomed or whatever.
Perfect. And at some point, maybe tomorrow, I was hoping you could help me out with something.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm working on a bit of my sword play, and well, you're trained as a soldier, and I feel like you would have more skills.
No, your swordplay is fucking trash.
Oh shit.
Well, exactly. And I want your help with it.
You got talents elsewhere.
Yes, with the sword.
You know, it's not singing.
Jesus!
God damn it! Everybody! Why are you so angry?
It's the.
It's meant to be.
Ow! You got your sword trashed on, and then I've got God telling me I suck.
It's your sword play. That's what's wrong with it. I mean, right there in the title alone. I fight with strength and brutality. You dance around and kind of poke little holes, which are effective.
And they kill just as well as big holes.
Yeah, in the right spots. I'll give you that.
And through armor, it's even better because I'll poke through the armor gap where you have to beat through it first.
I think that's the problem. He doesn't know how to teach you.
Yeah, I don't know how to teach you sword play.
Well, then we could let's spar then.
Spar?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, you
Yes.
never know when I need all my spell slots in a day.
We're not going to be using magic. We're going to be just simply using wooden trading sticks or swords. I don't care.
I know. I've watched this man fight. His sword fighting is magical.
Exactly. What better way to practice than to get someone who's better?
Maybe you should find someone more your speed, like that nerd.
Perfect. Then how about we spar, Luthor?
Oh, yes, dude.
Oh, I think that would be a very bad idea for you.
You said someone more my speed.
Yeah, like fighting wise.
Perfect. We'll spar tomorrow.
You're a weird little half-elfie magic boy. You said no magic. You're not going to stand a chance.
Well, we're sparring. You're not going to kill me.
Oh, it's going down. I shouted into the streets.
I don't know if you're very familiar with this because you're so busy insulting us, but
I'm not the one who's been insulting people.
Lots of
People
orc style.
starting to crowd around now.
I've been nice today.
Tomorrow in the town square.
No, orc style. The time
People
when
are
they're sparring.
People have started talking
We
and
go hard.
getting loud, and now you guys have 10 or 15 people kind of come out of the streets and the
We
side
spar how we fight.
to the courtyard. And
It's like
who's
if
doing
you can't
that?
live through a spar, you don't
Who is it?
deserve to live. It's one of those things. If you get hit,
Like,
you
oh,
kind of deserve it.
it's members of Exodus. They're sparring or dueling. What is happening?
It's going to be a duel. Going down tomorrow.
People are just like, oh my god, we can't believe it. Did that disgusting orc slight him in some way? And there's a lot of that going around now.
I speak up.
I sell it to the crowd. One believes in swordplay, the other believes in strength.
and I loudly proclaim, and it shall be a duel between Luthor and Alpharius!
I don't believe
And I
in
make a performance
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, he's gonna turn the crowd against me.
18.
18. People start clapping. They're like, oh wow, that'd be so fantastic. Look at how big and strong they are. Everybody's super excited now. You hear people start taking bets and wagers, and now the town criers are walking through the streets telling everybody that Alpharius and Luthok will be fighting.
Oh, I'm getting
I
that.
blush. I blush.
Like, do you just get your scales glow?
Yeah, you get redder. It's just coming out.
Feel this steam coming off the red scales.
I know.
Oh, and I throw it on the cake too. The strongest members of Exodus shall have a friendly spar.
I'm gonna take this as a win. But yeah, I don't, if you really want to spar, I guess we could, but it's probably not a good idea when the town's trying to kill us.
I lean in close to you, Luthor. We're dueling now. I'm gonna see you noon tomorrow when the sun's highest and
Did
town
this happen?
And that's for the host Insanity Central. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
Hey,
The-
you certainly worked.
No, I'm kidding. We do if you were here earlier, we were joking about shaming you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. No wonder we've been doing so well tonight. We're shaming each other.
Shame, wizard.
Anyway, so after a few moments, most of the crowd disperses and they go up on their way, but it's all buzz now. Everybody's just talking about this sparring, this exhibition match between these two such valiant and obviously talented warriors that have been defending Greencrest for the past few months.
Alright, fine.
Gonna draw a crowd. Alright then.
Well, if you boys are gonna be arguing tomorrow and waving your hands around, I think tomorrow I'm gonna take the opportunity to investigate further with my friends in the wilderness.
That's perfectly fine. I have to orchestrate a duel and
Yeah, you guys do
secure
your...
music. I have to create a venue. I
I'm
have
gonna
to
say this
get
right now. If you make money off this, we make money off this.
That was the plan all along.
No, it wasn't.
You two did it perfectly.
No,
Geniuses.
I didn't.
Shut up.
Well, I'm going to get more information. I'm going to find out where my friend is. I'm going to find my animal friends. And I'm going to find more information about the dragon.
That sounds productive. Great.
That sounds perfectly productive.
Probably get some more stuff to make potions for our long adventure.
It sounds
And find out
perfect.
more information about this shadowy creature and everything I can.
So now it's time.
Just because it's probably better that I stay away from your masculinity.
Masculinity. What?
Masculinity.
Masculinity?
Masculinity.
Right. Anyways, having this discussion with Lynn.
So I have a question for you two, though, real quick. What we're on the topic.
We love you.
I didn't know.
We're all friends at the table.
Are either of you opposed to throwing?
Throwing each other?
I'm directly opposed to throwing the match.
Look,
The fact you suggested it is an insult.
an honorable orc and a chivalrous knight. You're asking them to.
I think the
If I was
No,
the match, I would
I meant
throw all
throwing
three.
each other. I didn't mean throwing the match. I meant throwing each other. We want it to be
I'm tired of your
spectacular.
fucking games, half elf. Speak clearly and straight.
I need you to really go hard in the paint.
I always do.
Is it going to be like how deers use their antlers and they pick someone up and throw them up?
Now that's a better question. Weapons, no weapons,
Well,
no
we haven't.
armor, no
Just-
armor.
Just pugilism. Just take your shirt. Just get
Good
out of your
old-fashioned-
armor and fight.
A good old-fashioned bout of fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
What's a fisticuff?
Fist cuff.
I
Fisty
have
cup.
so much to teach you about
I
civilization.
thought it was
My
fist
God.
cup.
No, cuff.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was
Fisty
just
cuffs.
greetings, but now it's everything, isn't it?
Well, Alvaris, you're actually the one participating, so what sounds like a good time to you?
You show up wherever you think you need to beat me.
Yeah, this is fine.
all I was missing was him legitimately just dropping the gauntlet on the ground.
I lean back at that and like look at Riken. I may
I hate you
Have
so
made-
much.
a mistake.
Yeah.
But it's a highly profitable mistake.
It won't be profitable. We're just gonna hurt. You know what? Fine. Do what you fucking want. I don't even care. I got my own shit to deal with.
Damn.
Well,
Do we need to talk to the mayor?
Make your money. Do your thing. Whatever.
normally money makes you like happy.
I'm sore. I've been stabbed lately.
You're always stabbed. When are you not stabbed?
I don't know. A few months ago when
Stop
I hadn't been
getting
stabbed
stabbed!
in nearly a year.
Stop getting stabbed.
Do I need
Please.
to heal you?
That's fair.
I would love to stop getting stabbed, but you're the one making mob bosses and lich people angry at us.
I did not make the lich angry. I will take blame
No.
for the midget.
No, your elf people. I'm gonna stack that on you.
You know what? This has been a long week. I'll take that.
Darylin, I was told that calling halflings little people or little things or midgets are
No,
very
halflings are wonderful, and I love all of them. They're great people. He is a midget.
No,
better be careful. His friends are around.
Are they around?
we didn't know.
Ours matter.
We didn't notice. We didn't notice, but she points
Talking is-
right at him.
And everyone's been like talking and going, and like rumors already like spread through town that this is happening. You know, like during the day. And as a matter of fact, when you look over and you see the 5 dudes there, you also see the elf monk and you see him. You see the halfling there.
Yeah, he's not very happy.
I wave.
He just kind of.
You better go.
Yeah, I'm going. I walk up.
Yeah.
So, what is this I hear about an exhibition match between the 2 members that seems to be on the minds and lips of everyone in town.
How did this
What's
spread so
happened?
fast?
Well, so what happened was
I'm reading the chat. My bad.
we need something to blow off steam for the group. Two of our strongest
the mob
individuals
boss
decided
is
it was time
talking
for a
to us
spark.
now.
Oh no.
Listen,
The one who's just
I'm listening.
listen, quarter person.
He's right
I
there.
need you to understand something.
I'll take that one.
Nobody does business in this town without cutting us in. So what's your game here?
You're insulting him twice. That's awesome.
Whatever it is, we want a piece of it. We can consider that a start towards making amends.
I can accept that. And I don't know. I actually haven't got that far yet. I haven't done a lot of planning. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing.
That happens a lot with him.
70-30 split. We'll start there.
I assume in your favor.
Of course.
Yeah.
70-30.
50-50.
Whoa.
I'm fighting in this.
No, we're not going to anger the actually nice person he is. 60-40. Your favor.
You're really negotiating. You didn't even know you were going to make this gold 20 minutes ago.
Fine. You're right. We have wronged you. 65.
We
We'll share.
I like 70-30. Or I just take it all.
That's just rude.
You're partially buying back your own lives and safety from the organization.
Do we have even a total on that? Is that like
No, it's
No,
as
no,
long as
it's
he
any
feels
profit.
offended.
we're gonna be dead
Any
forever?
profit
still?
doesn't come from me.
That's
This
how
comes from
crime
the
works.
boss. This comes from the man himself. To me, through our sources here in the town militia. We know that you were responsible. We know that you were there.
Oh, yes.
Maybe you should just tell them that we're like kind of crooks like them and we just lied.
You know, let's be honest here. It wasn't us. What you're
It
thinking?
wasn't you.
No, 100% was not.
Well, we lied so we could get paid.
That's very interesting, considering our source has never been wrong before. He's never wronged us before. It doesn't seem much of the lying type.
Right.
Swears that you were there.
I swear on
As a
tight.
matter of fact, he swears that you were paid by Captain Eladio to go to the docks. And it just so happens that after you're there, our shipments disappear, and all of our men are dead.
And I
I don't
will.
really consider that much of a coincidence, do you?
Well,
And at this moment, you see the elf step forward, and you hear her crack her knuckles.
But I really need you to stop talking.
so, I swear by Taiki herself that when we got there, they were already all dead. When we got there was a ship docked, and we saved an elderly man and his daughter. We just helped them leave. From what they said, they were attacked on the water by... I actually do not recall. Do you, Reagan?
They didn't see, and we didn't see, just something from the water.
Something from the water.
Tore your men to shreds. You don't have to believe us, but
No,
I
I will
expect
not.
you don't.
But
I
I
will
really
not.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't believe you.
I will
And
not.
even if I did believe you, I'm not in the position to decide whether or not you owe a debt to the Greyjacks.
No, we didn't
The
kill.
boss does.
No, we didn't kill those men. But if they were alive when we got there,
We would've.
we would have.
We totally would've.
The only regret I got is not seeking that fucking shit.
I mean...
So realistically, there's no difference.
Well...
No.
I wasn't involved,
What
right away.
was it you guys say? Distinction without a difference? Something like that.
Yes.
I heard someone smart say it once.
It's a good start.
Yeah, distinction
Well,
without
either way, 70-30 split on this event begins our negotiations.
70-30 split. I send word to the boss that you're willing to work through the issue, and that buys you a meeting with him to beg for your lives and find out what it is that you can do to get out of this mess. There is no escaping the organization. As long as you're in the Central Vale, you're underneath our thugs.
It's just business. Seems fair.
Just business.
And realistically, the only thing that I can guess is that for some reason the boss has heard of your exploits and probably sees you as a useful ally to have. Not a tool, possibly even a business partner.
Oh,
but I don't know.
I can accept that, actually. That's great. But, yes, I find this...
I once watched the boss strangle his brother to death with his bare hands.
That's mean.
He sounds like a charming fellow.
He's a crime boss. Do you know what a crime boss is? No, you don't know what a crime boss is.
I don't know what crime is.
What's a crime?
What's boss? Either way.
So 70-30 split, 70 your way. Well, since you're here, we still need to procure a venue for this event. Is there a dueling field that's possible? Something where more people could see.
It's the town square.
It's the town square.
Town square.
Here in the market is in the market square in the town near the statue of the founder. Probably they have exhibitions all the time.
Perfect.
You find music troupes and acts going there all the time. This is truly an act, and it's not a duel to the death, which are illegal.
No duel to the death. We're friends here.
No.
Then it's
Just
an
move up and
exhibition
break
put on
everything.
the square.
I just need the rules set so I know what to do.
Bring everything you can to beat him.
Or
Yeah, I heard it, Thalen. Shut the fuck up. Finish a little deal.
Sorry, Luthbot. You've had a rough day. I apologize.
And by the way, I still expect to get paid. So,
That's what-
70,
Their way.
14, 14, 2.
Not exactly.
I don't think you're in a position to negotiate here.
I think I am. What?
So, the halfling, he sighs for a moment. On Parathor's word, if the half-orc speaks again, Scylla is going to kill him. And then she's going to kill the rest of you.
Hey, Luthog, let's go get a drink.
I'm
What's negotiating?
I start walking,
With
and
the
I kind of
half-orc.
just, you know.
I'm waiting to see how Luthok handles that. Wait a minute.
I'm gonna go get a drink with the asshole that insulted me earlier.
Perfect.
Don't get upset.
I'm gonna drink you under the table, you son of a bitch.
I'm sure you
So we're about
will.
a friend, and yes, 70-30, and we can have a meeting with your boss. As a heads up, we will only be in town for a couple more days. And then we are off to hopefully save the town. From
I will
No,
death and
save.
destruction.
we're going to talk about him shortly. They said our source is very reliable. He knows everything that goes on.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I need to
Yes.
find my friend.
We'll take the gold. I'll send the messenger. I'll arrange the meeting ahead of time, assuming that you come through on your end. The boss will meet you at the Sleazy Raid, and it's in the junction on the way to Gliston down to Fog Bottom. It's hard to miss.
Dylan's creation. That's great.
Great.
It's a 2.5-story, 3-story brothel.
Sorry, I'm thinking about Amanda dealing with a brothel. Her character, per se. She's like, what are they doing? Why are they doing that?
The boss
They're fun.
annoys the madam there, and often spends a great deal of his time in the area as well.
Perfect. That's perfect.
If you're lucky, then things go well. He likes you. And if you're unlucky, hopefully the exhibition tomorrow is a good idea of how much of a chance you stand escaping from our organization.
Yep.
Just know he doesn't tolerate people as well as I do. He doesn't have as good of a sense of humor as I do as well.
Perfect.
That's good.
So that's what I can do that.
And I won't be there. But Scylla will.
Oh,
She
wait.
just looks at you with the same expression she was giving you when she said she didn't want to kill you. And you can see that on her hands, the wrappings. You can see the glow, the blue light, the tinge of magic on them, and you can see the light wind has been kicking up ever since he said that he's going to have her killed the half-orc. And it slowly subsides as she kind of lowers her, unclenches her hands, and just puts them in front of her once again.
Seems quite Seems
And then there's a sudden change in mood. Well then, tomorrow then, exhibition.
absolutely.
Our bookies will handle all the money and all the betting. We'll see you there. We'll haul down to it. We'll cut you your share when you arrive.
That
You know
is
where to find me. Find me at the
you.
Blue Ferry. Afterwards, everything will be taken care of, and you'll get your percentage. There's already a great deal of buzz around which one of you will win. A lot of people are weighing very heavily on the half-orc in this fight.
really.
Look like people here aren't familiar with the savagery of orcs and their kind.
Oh no, I am too. I'm just.
Dragonborn, on the other hand, far more mysterious. Less people know about them. I, on the other hand, am not an idiot. I know of the martial prowesses of the Republic's army and their training.
I'll be honest. I'm betting on the dragon. I'm honest.
I'll be placing my bet on the dragon.
I will as well, actually, probably.
Well, until tomorrow.
Never mind. I'm not going to be a dick.
He's not there.
I know, but
We
still,
won't.
I have to look him in the face right now.
My people will take care of the stage and the venue and such, and
Even better.
I don't know.
Have to make a little bit of a show at the beginning. Even better. Ooh.
Have a good night.
Absolutely. Thank you, and it was a pleasure. Much better than the first time. Second time. Second
Did you
time.
just... No, it wasn't. I don't like you. I don't like your look. I don't like your words and the way you speak.
That's normal.
He said we were dismissed. Let's go.
I'm waiting.
Then he turns and starts walking away.
I need you to make
So
money.
as he turns and they leave, the monk kind of lingers for a moment, just long enough. Kind of looks over the three of you that are standing there, and then just turns and follows suit a few steps behind.
We'll see you tomorrow.
The halfling throws you a middle finger as he walks away.
Season's greetings.
I mean, oh god, it's great. Well then, looks like you have an event to do tomorrow.
Yeah. No, we got none of that sloppy sword play out there either.
No, it's the two strongest members of Exodus duking it out. It should be glorious.
Yeah, you'll see how some real martial prowess is thrown down tomorrow.
Yes, yes, exactly. No questions.
But I won't be around for this.
I mean, I knew Luthor could take you. It was real wise of you to throw it like that.
That was the plan from the beginning. Not really. It just worked out really well.
Clever. It's clever.
I mean, Luthor would have really took you. I mean, you might not have been able to go to the Myers.
Yeah, you would have carried me fine.
I mean, heck, you'd probably be waking up on the altar.
Someone probably wouldn't have brought me back. Let's be real here.
No,
No one likes me as much as you.
you're lucky.
Very much so.
So, me and Luthok sit at the table. I drop the drink in front of him. You would have killed him.
Yeah, fucking.
You would have killed that elf. I really wish it was the elf. I'll be honest, I wanted to see you pummeling. But hey.
I would have taken it easy on him, but he still probably would have died. But son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Talking circles and shit, trying to manipulate me. Fucking guys, we're supposed to be fucking team. I need another one.
Yeah, you can have mine.
So are you two headed back to the Dusty Dog, or are you going with him to pick up his armor?
Well, I'm gonna
Yes.
lean into Alfarius now that we're moved. Wait. Also, now that I've lost Luthor, can you help me pick up my armor?
Yeah, let's go grab your armor real
Awesome,
fast.
appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye. No, you.
She just walks away.
Oh,
Disappears. You see her disappear away
She's going
from
to
the crowd of people as they're going on their evening walks.
That's fine. We already made it with the cringe eggs. Ish. And she wasn't even there for that.
what was the name of the rock mouth creature thing?
The Rockman creature thing?
Yeah,
What?
in the Underdark portion. What was the name of the?
The-
I'm writing your guys'
The
okay
Roper?
out of character. Roper, thank you. I'm writing your guys' introductions for the fight tomorrow. Okay.
Anyways,
Oh.
you arrive at Eperson's Ironworks, and Hannah goes and retrieves the armor and brings it back out to you, all properly sized, cinched, and ready to go.
Perfect.
For the brush job, it looks pretty good. You've seen way worse sets of armor prepared for people before for that short a time.
I can work with that.
Then when you head back to the Dusty Dog?
Sorry, I was super. Sorry, I'm actually super into what I'm doing right now. I'm writing the introductions of these two.
Okay.
Yes, I had.
We're playing the game.
Sorry. Yes, I'm heading back to the Dusty Dog.
Before we do that, real
Yes.
quick, real fast, let's just go tell Eladio what's up.
Yes, I will. Yep, absolutely. You are very correct and very
So you guys gonna
wise.
head to the barracks?
Yeah, it's real quick.
And it's right there off of Market Square where you guys are already at. Like basically right across the square from Briston, so. Yeah.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, so that they recognize you. The militia opens the gates and they let you come in. And you see standing in the middle of the square having a conversation with Eladio is Misha and Clovis. They're having a conversation and they see you. They wave you over.
How do you drink that much?
Eladio's. Yes, Sir Dragonborn. How can I help you this evening?
Orcs, man.
Well, Eladio's in the room, right?
Yeah, they're right there in the middle of like the open kind of, because it's the barracks and they have the walls and this is kind of like the common area. They have troughs in the areas where they keep the horses and the style where they keep their pigs and stuff are all here.
I got a sensitive matter and we need to speak in private.
Well, of course. First thing, shall we retire to my quarters then? On the discussion.
Yeah.
Is the bard coming with you as well?
Yeah.
Terrowyn. He addresses you.
Yes, sorry. As I
Will
close
you be
my
following?
Yes, sorry. I was engrossed in my writings. I do
Is
apologize.
he carrying like any armor?
Yeah, at the same time. It's got the armor pieces and stuff.
100%. Like it's on top, and I'm kind of just like,
Yeah.
sorry.
With that.
Just got the impulse.
So they lead you
Wanted to
inside and
touch
take you into the back, into the officers' quarters, where
It's real. It's
the
real.
mayor and his wife are taking over, staying in there.
Are they still in there? Or are they probably out for the evening?
Oh, they were there with him in the courtyard, so they went with you.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about. Yeah, anyways.
We're out of practice.
I know, we are. We're out of swing.
Yeah, out of the swing of things.
Well,
So, what's this urgent matter?
I relay
There is
everything that
that you discussed with Narella.
yeah, I sum it all up and like, she's resting now. Should definitely go talk to her in the morning if she doesn't come seek you out. I advised her to come see you guys. She definitely thought that was a good idea. I figured everybody deserved, you guys deserve the right to know as soon as possible.
This is. Can't believe what we're hearing. The fact that she's there, she poses this threat. That everything that you had assumed was happening is truly what's happened.
She's.
And the hag and Fogbottom were in the Trollclaw Mires, this blight tree. That's a move that we should make immediately.
We're going to be still working on that cure, get the ingredients. And there's an expert in the area we got to find, and he might know something about that tree.
And if we stop that tree and the hag, we limit her movements far severely than anything else we could.
Yes, we haven't had any message or word from out that way in quite some time. Maybe things are bad there, or I mean, there's not much communication as is most of the time. Aside from Fogbottom falls more on the side of Anvil's coverage for the most part with their patrols and their militia and their soldiers more than it does our own. It's far ride for us, as there's no real appropriate places to cross the Rindiel River, and at this time of the year it's current's so fast that most people go all the way up to the Sleazy Raven and use the crossing there.
We'll probably end up doing the same thing.
Well, if that's the case, I should send some soldiers with you.
No.
If things are truly bad and the enemy is moving against, I would have to insist that we send at least 5 or 6 of some of my better men with you.
No. Every able-bodied man you have should stay here to protect the city.
I just don't see how you plan to get through without any more assistance than that. For all you know, you could be facing forces of your own, platoons of undead ghouls led by whites. And I know that the things that you've accomplished in the past are one thing, but it's fully another to deal with a fully prepared enemy who's armed to go to war. These aren't goblins waving rickety short bows and rusted spears. These are undead warriors and skeletons and ravaging ghouls and whites with keen, from what I understand, have all of the knowledge of waging war and force like the wood elves they used to be. They have at their disposal. At the very minimum, if they at least escorted you and assisted you on the way to the crossing at the Sleazy Raven to get you out of direct enemy territory.
It's definitely wise to bring some help. Especially at the very least, we can send it back in groups as messengers of what we find.
So the mayor, he agrees. No, I agree. I believe I can spare 5 or 6 men. The defenses have been getting strengthened anyways. We have the outer camps. If they move against us or Anvil and Brethorpe, we shall find them. I have yet to receive a raven or word from either of the other mayors of their prospective towns, but it's a long journey from here to there. And they've only been on the road for 3 days now. But I was guaranteed their mobilization.
If we fail, you will need it.
Everybody's gonna need it.
Nice.
Now we're gonna leave in 2 days.
2 days? That should give Eladio. A couple of days, that's fine. That'll give me plenty of time to bring in the men I need and make the arrangements necessary. The 5 soldiers won't necessarily be missed. They're fine men. They're loyal. And they'll do their best to assist you if you're ambushed on the road there.
Well, man, that's all I wanted to tell you. On a high note, there's an expedition fight tomorrow, noon.
As a matter of fact, word had reached us that this was happening through one of the patrols on the outside.
Yep, doesn't surprise me.
We decided that in a dark time like this, something to cheer everybody up might be worth having been seen.
Tova speaks up. I gave it my personal sanction from the people. A bit of entertainment in the way that they look up to you as adventurers and in the area and everything that you've done for them. I think it would do good for morale. Most of the people have become very disheartened with the outbreak of the skin rot in the area and the wood elf attacks alone. Before they were anything that we imagined they might have turned into, people were scared and they were tired. But a lot of this does coincide. It does make sense why a lot of the attacks on caravans and traveling individuals has stopped over the last month or so. The wood elves stopped attacking random farmsteads and towns and raiding villages.
Well, Matt, we're gonna retire for the evening.
Alright then.
Thank you for hearing us out.
I'll have my men meet you at the Dusty Dog.
Yeah, tell me.
What time are you planning on leaving? Early morning.
Oh yeah, early morning.
They'll be there. They'll be waiting.
I'll make my way out.
I follow along.
Okay. So you guys leave?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, no, I was saying, so you leave and you exit and they close the gates behind you to the barracks and go out to the street. The street's a little bit more bare now. It's getting much darker. The sun has truly gone down. The last fading colors of like purples and light blues and over the Gracefire Mountains.
Well, I go to the greatest place I know in the world. That's the Dusty Dog Inn.
Yeah, the Dusty Dog Inn.
Dusty dog.
So, you arrive and you see them drinking and having a conversation. And so what's your guys' plans for the next 2 days? Is there any downtime activity you need to take before you set out for Fog Bottom?
Not really. I was just prepping my introductions to the expedition.
Okay.
It's not downtime. It's not. Well,
Wait, there's one thing I have something to do between now and the expedition. I need to go find a hatter and buy a hat.
Okay.
Specifically a top hat.
A top hat?
Top hat.
It's not really in style. It's not really something you're gonna find.
Fine, I will accept my own hat. It works. down. I want show needs a top hat. Can't have one, so I'll make it there. We're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's not really in style in fashion for the region,
Right.
so it's not something they would carry.
All right.
Some fashion.
Then yeah.
Some flashy. Maybe feathers.
So I'm not gonna be here during their masculinity festival. I am going to take the time.
That's a perfect word for it, really.
I'm going to take the time to wander off into the forest, but I'm not going to go too far.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to go, like, into the Silver
Or
Realm
like
too far.
tonight? Well, in order to get to the Silver Realm, you'd have to travel for, I don't know, like 7 days, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, like, not going too far like that,
And
but
they'd probably kill you when you got there, but whatever.
I'm going to go into the wilderness. It can be the forest, it can be anything close by, but I know we're in a vale, so it's going to be forests.
It's called the Central Vale. It's ironic because it's not necessarily a valley that runs between two sets of mountains
Oh.
on either side. There are two, that's why they call it the Vale, because there are two sets of mountains. But you're talking about like 100 square miles of open wilderness and land before you reach the range of thunder.
You could walk like half a mile out in the woods and be totally alone.
Yep.
All by yourself.
About 100 yards.
Nobody
There's
around.
about 100 yards worth of clearing between the Gray Spires, or the Gray Spire Forest.
All
and
by
Green
yourself.
No.
Nobody around. Just
I'm
the
gonna-
animals.
I'm actually pretty much going to go off for the night. I'm going to
Are you
come
going to
back.
sleep out there? Stay the night out there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I'm
And
pretty
what are you
much
trying
going
to
to
do? Are you trying to...
get more herbs,
Okay.
get more things like
Okay. Can I get a
berries.
nature check from you?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you may. You are more than welcome. Welcome.
Ooh.
That is a 7.
You find some basic remedial herbs that you've used up in dealing with
Yeah.
partial wounds and stuff. You don't find anything exceptional. Enough to supplement your kit to make another potion of healing.
But what I'm pretty much going to do, I'm going to come back and...
Are you just going to spend the next 2 days doing all this?
Yes.
What?
I'm going to spend the next 2 days doing that, and then I'm also going to try and communicate with the wilderness. And try and find out through the trees, through the animals, through the insects.
What are you trying to find out?
Just
Any
trying to find
specific
out.
questions?
I want to try and find out if they've heard about a hag.
Okay.
I want to try and find out if they've heard of Dimble, if they know of Dimble.
Okay.
And I want to try and find out, like, about LaFay. Like, to see if they know of any shadowy things, or just,
the
like,
green
the
eyes.
undead.
Green
the
eyes.
green eyes,
Ask
yeah.
about the green
The
eyes.
green eyes, yeah. Those 3.
So remember that you're talking to animals, so they're
Yeah. Okay,
just
yeah.
setting their expectations.
Well, shadow.
Yeah, like shadows, green
Like
eyes.
something ethereal.
Kind of when you're talking to Seth about the dragon,
Yeah.
and then also remember the hag and stuff pretty far away. There's some distance, so you might not get.
Well,
Like you can ask. I'm just saying, just keep that in
Connections.
mind when you're asking, setting your expectations
Alright.
a little bit.
Well, give me an investigation roll for each one of those questions, and we'll determine the information that you receive back based on that.
ugly color like a hag.
For the green eyes, I asked the owl.
Just
Clear for...
Just roll one each question. It'll be.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
please and thank you.
hag. 3.
3. You don't get anything on that one.
Okay. If they're, like,
Shadow?
shadow.
Yeah.
13.
13. There's nothing.
Green eyes.
Green eyes.
Green eyes.
13.
Yeah, nothing as well.
Cry every night.
Pretty much just
for
spending
you.
my time. And that is what I
But just
do.
the information that you caught is most wildlife in the area is steering very, very clear from the northern Gray Spire Forest and the Tower of Night. You do pick up useful information. They have seen a lot of undead. They have seen wights, and they have seen ghouls out feeding, capturing people off the roads and killing them and just eating them alive. People are being taken from small hamlets and villages all along the Central Vale and being funneled into Fog Bottom.
So people being taken to Fog Bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then steer clear of the northern region.
No, the animals have been.
Well, the animals have been steering clear of the northern region.
The northern gray spires by the Tower of Night.
The gray spires. Okay.
That's it. That's what you get over the few days talking to different various birds, animals, and stuff that come to you for assistance. You spend that time mending minor wounds and just applying salves to animals. Some of them have. You get a bear with mange, and you take care of that. But for the most part, that's all you really get.
Okay. That's what I do.
Okay. You need to take care of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
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 Do that cheeky
Yeah.
Do that cheeky little bird.
Now, hold on. I go into the church and just kill everyone, obviously.
Obviously.
No, but I do go to...
Fluff a pillow and smother!
I do go back to the church,
Huh?
ostensibly to talk to the elf at
Okay.
first. Pretty much just waste my time asking her the same questions, getting the same story, which is fine. I just want it in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to spend the next couple days carousing with the acolytes, learning who they are, what it's like being in the church, giving them the platitudes,
Okay.
just endearing myself.
You're a sick fuck, dude. You want to get to know your victim? You monster!
No, I want to know where they keep the relics eventually, but,
Oh.
for now I'm carousing.
Yeah.
So we.
So for crowd can then make a how about you make a
Deception, persuasion.
how about you make persuasion or investigation, whichever you think is
Oh yeah, persuasion for sure.
persuasion.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I could have done that better.
You can do almost all die rolls better. I'm just
I know. I got an 11. I have a +6 to that, by the way.
You spend some time with the acolytes and you spend some time with the high priest. You go over a few things. You learn a little bit of history of Greencrest and its founding and the collapse of Warren. You learn some of their personal stories.
So I should be more specific. I want to, in my carousing, my goal is to just get them talking at first and then start talking about the things I've studied, mostly erring on the side
I'm
of
getting to it.
Yeah.
I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you spend some time in over the few days, especially past the exhibition. You kind of earn your way into the cross studies of some of the issues, and they get into that, like the area and the history of it, and black magic, and Noth, and what the ring was like, and some of the texts and some of the books and things that they recovered from the old temple, and you actually find a very interesting map, an old map that they've been studying for years, but they couldn't get into it, that shows an very elaborate, what's called a gem lock, which requires an artifact to open the old vault underneath the ruins of the Temple of Parathor. And so you go over that with them for a while, and you also learn that they rebuilt a new treasury in this temple, where that's where they keep a lot of their artifacts and the money that they make.
Great.
But it leads you to believe that if they didn't actually empty the other treasury, then Zin's stone must still be there.
Yep. Okay. So,
The high priest is the only one that has the key.
Okay.
He can get in there. There we go. That's the only other thing that you figure out.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I spend my time.
And so exhibition time. They crowds all around. Everybody's excited. There's hundreds of people. It seems like the entire town of Greencrest has come to watch and see this event as it unfolds. So, I'm not going to actually have you guys fight because that would be boring and it would take forever. But what you will do is that you will make opposed strength checks and performance checks to see how entertaining the fight is, and thus that equals the amount of money that you'll make and how successful the exhibition is.
And can I assist with that by doing an amazing introduction to the fight?
Well, yeah, you can do that, and this is your performance check to get the crowd. If yours does well, then the amount of money you're going to make is going to go higher already.
Okay.
Maybe just 10 minutes of us like, did you hit? I didn't hit either. I only have one attack a turn.
Yeah,
Then you go up like,
No.
I didn't hit either.
Well, it's an exhibition, so it's meant to be entertaining, which is why I'm going to have you guys make performance checks.
Cool.
So,
Mike's introducing us. So
Absolutely.
the crowd
Also-
decided, everybody's like watching and
Quick question for you, Luthok. Earlier before the fight, I came up to you and asked what your last name is, and if it's all right if I used it as part of your introduction.
just tell. I was
Or do you want me to introduce you as part of the clan or anything, or just Luthok of Exodus?
Luthok of the Moonwalkers.
Of the Moonwalkers.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Luthok. Appreciate that. Cool.
Yes, you have the podium.
So I will stand on my podium if there's no podium. I stand in the center of the ring and begin yelling.
Prestidigitation, hashtag.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been brought together by Exodus. And as I do that, I snap my hands and fireworks pop off. And Exodus and writing appears using minor vision. And
There's an echo on
sorry, I was really caught up. Yeah. And we're here to watch the expedition of Luthok of the Moonwalkers, the one true orc, he who felled giants with one swing, bane of all goblin kin, the might of Exodus. In the other corner we have Alfarius Axroth of Clan Axroth, the great Dragonbone, slayer of the Ropers, breather of the Great Flame, and leader of Exodus. We will have one round. Last man standing wins to see who the stronger member of Exodus is. Ladies and gentlemen, let the expedition begin.
So the Greyjacks held up their part of the bargain, and Leon, there's music and festivities, and everybody's kind of making a grand spectacle of the entire thing.
Came
The
together
crowd
fast.
loves it. They enjoy everything. So make your performance check, Mike.
Sure, this would go bad.
24.
24. That everybody is hyped. You hear chants from the left and the right, and people have kind of gravitated towards whichever fighter that they are putting their money on and cheering for, and everybody's excited. There's kids up on their parents' shoulders, and people even have like small flags and things that they've made. People are even selling like memorabilia already, and like kind of crude drawings on like rough paper and stuff of each of you, are kind of circulating the area, and there you see in the crowd, you see people taking money and taking the bets and collecting them in the sacks from each individual. So we'll do round one then.
Round one.
Round
one.
So the checks aren't opposed. So it's basically, this is the way it works. They're not opposed checks. You each roll. Okay. Whoever rolls higher is awarded the win for the round and had put on the better show. And by better show, like the more fantastical weapon strikes, etc., landed the most blows, and that will tally towards actually being like the winner, per se. But what's important is the higher that one of you rolls,
The better the show.
the better the show, and the more money that you make as people continue to see what
You both need to roll high. Yeah.
How many rounds is this fight?
You're going to do 5 rounds.
5 rounds.
Yeah,
5
that's what I'm
rounds.
talking about.
Because you're going to use it's an exhibition match, so you're using swords and axes and shields, and you're both using various weapons and tools of your trade and spears and such.
Alright. We're gonna fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Good, clean fight.
So, round 1. The sword.
The sword.
The
Sword.
And so we choose strength or performance, or is it both?
No, you're just using performance.
Just performance.
Yes.
Oh, dang it. You just hit me with an arrow, man.
No, it's performance strength. Sorry. You're making performance checks with strength.
Oh, performance strength will change.
Alright, so
What it
performance.
really comes into is if either one of you is proficient in performance.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not as good as strength.
Yeah.
Alright, performance check.
Rolls.
Ooh.
Oh, no!
7.
10.
10.
I don't really want to hurt
So
my
Luthor
friend.
comes in strong. He has a very brutal and unrefined sword style that catches you off guard, and he ends up kind of landing a couple of real cheeky hits on you, and you're just not used to it. Throws you off, but it reminds you of what it means to fight an orc right away. And you're like, oh yeah.
Oh, this is how we do it.
You're a piece of shit.
I'll throw dirt in your face to win. Whatever.
I've killed a whole bunch of your people before. Alright? I'm gonna be the orc lord. So the first round goes to him. So the total pool so far is 500 gold pieces. Yeah.
Good job.
Very good job.
So on to round 2. Out come the axes.
Setting the tone for the fight. Round 2.
I need to get Luthok off guard on this one. He thinks the axe is in turf.
So let's make the rolls.
See about that. Oh,
Did you get
my goodness. 6.
14.
Axes are the weapon of my people.
The weapon that he's most familiar with, most comfortable with, he comes in, does a flashy move and just disarms you and throws this blunted axe out of the ring and holds it over your neck, and the crowd just go nuts. You start to hear chants of blue thought, like radiating through the crowd.
Your chance was to kill you with the sword.
So you're up to 1,000 gold pieces now.
Alright. Next round.
Next round.
What weapon?
Out come the javelins.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Are there horses involved in this shit?
Javelins, historically, not good.
Alright. I'll do my best.
Oh, man, for 1.
Oh, finally.
5.
Again, I haven't rolled higher than a 3 on this dice. But a 7.
A 7. So 5.
Getting
You
rid of
both-
now.
Look
You
tired.
both look tired and awkward with the weapons, and you guys kind of stumble about, and the crowd's kind of like, they're not feeling the javelins at all.
We're not feeling the javelins either.
I throw the javelin into the pit.
So you don't. So neither of you meets the minimum check to add to the pool. So you're still at 1,000 gold pieces earned for the exhibition.
Roll better! So he beat me with the javelin. Son of a bitch.
Use the daggers.
What's the next weapon?
The next weapon is spears.
I'm not gonna get beaten with spears. I reach! I'm not gonna get beaten by the son of a bitch! Or survive! 21!
Ooh.
Oh, well, I cast Bless. Oh my goodness! I beat him! Max Bless! 23.
No.
Ooh, plus 24, 27.
So you come in up high and you try to dip underneath, but you telegraph and he just easily spins, sweeps your leg with the tail, and comes up over the top with the spear. You're just flat on your back. The fucking crowd just goes wild. They're super ecstatic because you've just been making a show of this Dragonborn the whole time. And people start chanting for the Dragonborn Altharius, and you get up and you got like sweat and you wipe the grime off of you for a minute and kind of pat yourself off. So, now you guys are up to 3,000 gold.
Oh, and we tied!
Now I'm really mad.
The last round. And we tied.
So last round is hand axes and shields.
Oh, you don't stand a chance. You don't stand a fucking chance. I'm ready. I'm not gonna get beaten by the false gods.
This guy's going fucking down.
Yeah. So you're both sweating, you're feeling the heat of the day in the afternoon. And that's a telltale sign of how that's going.
Oh, he's acting. Hold on. And I bless. And then a gaunt of flame as I charge you. And I use my divine ability to add 10 to this. No, I won't do that because it's not even that type of roll. Oh no! I rolled a 2 and a 1 on my.
I rolled a 9 plus 4.
He wins!
Oh, I will survive. Everyone knew what would happen.
Spinning fire, you run forward with the shield. You guys, your shields crash together several times. You're hitting each other, deflecting these axe blows, and then Lubok does something unexpected. He pulls back with the shield, and it slips off his arm, and he throws it at you. You raise the shield to deflect, and he comes underneath your guard, and the axe just lands, stopping right in front of your face. And the crowd cheers, and it runs outwards, and people start coming over the stage and yelling and, screaming for him being the champion of Exodus and the strongest one, no doubt. And people are just throwing all their memorabilia, and everybody's just ecstatic.
I yield.
Yeah, you yield, right? All right.
Oh yeah, raise Luthok's hand after I drop mine with his axe held high.
Yeah, I'm totally cut off because I don't have any composure right now because I'm enraging.
See if we can get the crowd into a chant. Luthok, Luthok, Luthok.
Everybody's on your side. You've never heard such praise, not since fighting people to death in your tribe.
A little bead of sweat comes out of my eye. Orcs don't cry.
And then you feel the bruise on your tailbone from where he tripped you.
Orcs survive.
Alright, so that brings your total to 3,500.
Nice.
Now math.
70-30.
So here comes Leon afterwards. The crowds are kind of dispersed and they're out still celebrating. A lot of people are still eating. They made a much bigger event out of this than you would have possibly expected. There's other things going on. Painting and artists are out in the streets. Everybody's playing music, and you can see
1,025?
that, there's certain people, they're all upset. They're out there, all
1,125, I should say.
Damn Dragonborn, I thought for sure he would win.
1,050?
And they're just like, I can't believe they let the orc win, or they let him humiliate him that way. And there's a lot of back and forth, and there's you see as a couple people get into fights over like losing their money. And stuff like that.
Still, that's pretty good.
That's good for a wonderful.
Eventually, one of the Greyjacks comes forward and he says, "Well, we have the tally, and we'll take him back to the boss, and you can meet him at the Blue Ferry later today and get your cut."
Perfect. Thank you.
He'll be expecting you sometime.
Even better.
And he leaves, and you see him and several other members as they head out into the market square as well.
You did good. Made me work for it.
We did good.
But I won.
You did.
Yeah.
That last move was something. I'm gonna remember that.
Oh yeah. Well, the trick is generally you only need to use it once. They don't get to remember it. So I'll have to come up with something else for next time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come up with new material for next time.
Yeah. So, Alan. Yes, money we want. We're loaded, right?
I'm gonna go collect it from our wonderful associate friend.
He's gonna be mad. He kind of betted on me.
That's
Because he
true.
lost.
Okay, how much did you bet on the Dragon Board?
Did you?
Me? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, you said you did.
I said I was going to. Never said I did.
Ooh, liar. Lies!
This whole thing stemmed from a performance.
I know, you silver-tongued bastard.
I didn't bet.
I want to express that this all escalated from something small and insignificant that went way better than anticipated.
That's fair. This is what you guys do for the rest. Do you enjoy the festivities around you?
Yeah!
As well, partake, you meet people. You know, people come up to you with pieces of paper, young children and stuff, and they ask for you to make, to mark it and sign it for them.
I'm really kind of guard. Yeah. So I start marking it with a scribble that might be a name. I'm like, you can tell I'm totally awkward and really confused. This is catching me off guard. Children normally like cry and run. It's like,
Well, you're not playing your tiefling anymore.
Yeah. That was worse, but
That was worse.
that was way worse.
How do you end up matching the description of my random fucking monster that was, like...
To the point that your own party distrust you for like ever.
I'm away with things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've done some weird, uncanny shit, predicting stuff, and
Yeah.
just uncanny.
That's unfair.
Uncanny. Is this maybe I'm sorry. Maybe
I'm just
like
like, is he in my computer? Or
I'm
reading
part,
my
I'm part silent, dude. I just read minds.
So you guys spend the rest of the evening, you drink, they have some ale stalls open and such, and you meet a lot of different people around the town. Hurt comes by and he talks to you guys, congratulates you, and and he insists on creating a memorabilia for it to put on the wall, in your guys' likeness to put on the inside the tavern so people can see it. And you guys talk for a minute about that. And he explains
How
that
well
he's-
dressed is
that
Herc
he-
these days?
Oh, very well dressed. Yeah, he is up here to meet the mayor, as a matter of fact. So he explains that he's up from his lands. He's finally finalized the all the notary and official titles, and he's gotten all that in check now to take over his father's manor and such. So you spend some time doing that, and nothing of real significance happens the rest of the day. Everybody drinks and has a great time, and finally, kind of past afternoon and into the evening, you decide to go and collect from Leon.
I did.
Do you all go together, or do you just send Phelan to do it?
I go.
I'm carousing.
I go.
I know you're carousing, but these...
Yeah, we're beat.
Yeah.
I go alone.
Yeah.
So you entered...
The first thing that die by a crazy high elf monk.
So as you enter,
We
a
can
lot
only
of people
hope.
look at you, and you hear some grumbling and people pointing and stuff, and generally there seems like there's a lot of people in there that lost, that betted on the dragon one and lost. And then Tilly comes forward and she sees you, and she's like, "Well, he's upstairs waiting for you.
Perfect.
Please try not to upset him again.
I do apologize about that, and I will refrain from doing it again.
Thank you."
I head upstairs.
So
I really like these ones.
So he sees you come up, and he's like, "Oh, Dalen! I assume you're here to collect then,
Absolutely.
right?" Oh, it says 70-30 is what we agreed, correct?
Yes, it was.
Alright, well then here's your share then. Pushes it back.
Much appreciated.
Good for business. I sent the message. I don't know for a fact if he'll be there, but I did send word that you would be headed that direction.
Perfect. I appreciate it. And thank you again for your help arranging things. It probably wouldn't have went off with so well without you.
Yes. Yes, it would. It probably wouldn't have. Probably not. It was an interesting fight, though. I
Didn't it?
lost myself a fair amount share of gold, so some of that is mine in there.
Yeah.
I didn't get around to betting myself. I'm quite shocked with how it turned out.
I know you didn't get around to betting, because remember, we provided the people who collected the
It's true.
bets, and your name wasn't on the list.
True.
I guess losing that game of darts to me must have soured your taste for gambling, huh?
I'll be honest, I highly still love gambling. It's amazing. The thrill of winning is wonderful. Losing can make you a sour sport, as you know. I do apologize about last time, by the way. I said some things that were underhanded and rude, and I do apologize.
Well, this isn't making us fast friends, unfortunately.
Didn't imagine it was, but I still was due an apology.
Sila has already left ahead of time to go to the Sleazy Raven.
Perfect.
There she will lead the introduction, and you'll meet the founder of the Greyjacks, Veracus.
Veracus, right?
Veracus.
Veracus.
He's a shrewd creation man.
May I ask a favor?
No. No, you may not.
Let me rephrase that. Can I ask, is there anything he particularly hates that should never be done in his presence?
He hates people who murder his men.
That's simple and easy. Perfect. Sorry, just really caught it going.
Just do your best to try not to negotiate. He'll lay out what he considers a fair deal.
Oh, sure,
And you can either take it, or you can not.
I don't imagine there's much not taking it, but yes, I will do so. And thank you for the advice.
I can tell you that he does have dealings in most of the major cities, so whatever it is that he ends up having you do, probably won't involve business here.
Perfect.
We handle all of our own business and dealings.
Seems quite applicable. Well, I won't take any more of your time.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the festivities as they were.
I actually did, thank
I had a
you.
good time as well. I look forward to seeing another exhibition maybe in the future. Maybe other party members would be willing to participate.
That sounds... I just see her going up against my fucking... I'm not knowing what to do. Ow! Shit. I don't know what's going on.
Waving the spear.
I'm sorry. Griffin ran. It's possible.
Yeah. Intimidation with advantage.
Just saying. Natural 20, you're like, I'm not fucking with that, dude. She's crazy.
So, they see you out, you leave the room.
Perfect. Yeah.
You go back to the Dusty Dog. Where you see the other two already there resting, relaxing.
I walk up to Riken. Here's the gold, sir. If everything's counted right, 1,050 gold is our cut.
Alright. They were honest?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then...
Honor amongst thieves and all that.
Good.
So,
Yeah, I mean-
we were totally fucking strapped.
you
That's right.
relax,
We now have money.
We now have money.
you rest, and wake up the next day and find that your armor has arrived at the inn.
I can't make it
Or-
rain, but I can make
They
it
sent it to
sprinkle.
you.
Oh,
You dropped it off in the morning.
thank goodness. Could have used this yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's
along
both.
with it, when you
That's both sets, yeah.
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 When you wake up in the morning and Elin comes and meets you at the Dusty Dog, and you see in the down in the
Oh my god.
the eating section the 5 guards as promised.
Alright.
I'm eating with the cards.
They're kind of minding their own and keeping a little bit of a distance, but one of them eventually comes up to you and just gives you the rundown. Tells you, like, we were ordered by the captain to escort you as far as the Sleazy Raven and the junction, and then part ways and come back as soon as possible.
Even better.
They're kind of dressed down. They're not in anything official. You can see that they're wearing like leather armor and stuff underneath though, but they're really not trying to show off that they're soldiers of any form. You recognize a couple of them. That they they're normally, you see them with Eladio when he's walking around town.
Sorry. They're dressed down, but it's like, look who you're with.
They're dressed up. Yeah, dressed up as shit.
Yeah, dressed up, armor, buff.
Armor underneath traveling clothing and cloaks and such, and not only that, but armor is not uncommon for mercenaries. It's the emblems of their official service is what's dressed down.
Fair enough. You got me there,
Yeah.
God.
So.
Never bet against God. He always wins.
God makes the rules.
Oh God, that turned out so much better than anticipated.
Well, you head out, or
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta hit the road and save the day.
Let's
I say them
go.
and put it, be heroes.
get all our
See, Luther coming right around to my way, I think.
No, I'm just saying that's what you would say because you never shut up.
Perfect. We'll be heroes together.
Come on, our new friends
So-
can join us.
So it takes it's 5 days. It's 3 days, 3.5 days to get to the Sleazy Raisin, and another about 2.5 days from there to get all the way down to Fog Bottom after you pass by the small village of Gliston, the logging village of Gliston near the Iron Hills.
So we're stopping off at the Sleazy Raven to talk to the crime lord, right?
Yep.
Crime lord, just a little crime lord. Maybe this one's
So
not little.
you leave town. You travel early in the morning. The weather's getting better. It's far less cold, and birds are out. You can hear them chirping, and the light frost on the grass nearby.
Chip, 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 chip.
You travel basically unmolested the entire way for the most part. The first day of travel, and you end up making camp, and nothing unusual happens. You don't see any unusual people. The only thing that seems strange about it is you don't pass anybody on the way there, which normally you pass at least maybe one or two different groups of merchants or traders, people traveling between Anvil to Greencrest to sell their wares before they make the cut across the pass through the Grey Spires into the West Dales towards the Shattered Coast. But it's eerily silent and quiet, and the forest has almost a deadness to it.
Good. Yeah.
You don't hear
Good
many
signs.
animals
I
past
feel
the
uncomfortable.
direct outskirts of Greencrest.
I feel
You don't see any
uncomfortable.
wildlife. There's no rabbits, no deer. Really nothing. And the night is just as eerily quiet. You don't even hear the chirping of cicadas or crickets. Everything is calmer and quieter. The night is especially dark. Even the light of the moon itself is... Something about it seems phased or blocked by something in the air is just different going forward. And you sleep through the night, you wake up the next morning to begin traveling again. And you travel till about midday and you come to a place that you've rested before. But there you see a wagon, a carriage more accurately, and about 10 guards that have been slain. And there you see on the ground elongated arms and the pale skin and body. You see several creatures running around the carriage as you hear the tear in the ripped flesh and the crack of bones as they're eating the bodies and the remains that have been left in the sun to rot over the few days. And you recognize the heraldry of the caravan from Anvil.
Yeah.
And the creatures, human, gangly with long claws, and the stench that wafts off the wind and comes your direction from this campsite where they were ambushed. And one tall, long, and powerfully built, almost looks like a woman, but not a woman to a degree. You can see the corded muscle on the arms, just all power and brute force and strength. As you recognize that it's a brood of ghouls and the brood mother that ambushed them and killed everybody. Until next Friday.
I wanted to combat.
I know how battle cries on my
I want to fight, man.
I want to fly.
I do, but
I was tired. Awesome. Yeah.
Lynn is not happy.
Somewhere down my mind, I was like, that caveman never made it.
Yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, that's good times.
Ghouls.
Why you wanna be like that?
Looking sweet.
Oh my god.
I hate
That was-
ghouls.
Something I did.
Yes! One question.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one question.
What's that question?
What's that?
Was it a diplomat from Anvil or was it the mayor?
Oh, it was
It
the
was
mayor.
the mayor.
Oh, it was the
That's
fucking
mayor.
mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he called the meeting. Both the mayor from Breathorpe and the mayor of Anvil both met in Greenfest to discuss the skin rot outbreaks
Oh,
and
giggity.
the,
Was it a target
the
or
wild
random
elves.
happenstance? I wonder.
Giggity.
Either way, now you guys have a brood of ghouls and their
Look.
brood mother to deal with.
Look, on the
Next Friday.
same night,
Yeah.
our mayor got attacked too. I'm sure all three got attacked. at
Yeah,
once.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But at least we die together.
As friends
Yeah.
and heroes.
Me and him. Because of him. Being him.
Hey,
That's fair.
I redeemed. We made money.
Yeah, it worked out.
It worked out really well for once, okay?
We're gonna die.
Yes.
I'm gonna
I know
run
you
away.
guys are aching for combat. This has been the last few weeks have been very narrative heavy, very roleplay heavy and intensive, but it's good because when the combat one problem that some very new DMs have is they sometimes combat gets tedious and boring when players are exposed to it on a regular basis all the time.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I see it. I like to keep you guys going okay, well, is this a combat situation? Is this a combat situation? Is this going to result in fighting or not? So when it happens and those situations stumble upon you guys, it's always like, oh, I can't wait to kill something again, you know?
Or it's going to be to the point that he deprives us so much, we're just like, hey, you got the wrong one. Let's go!
You guys shouldn't have fought that. You're supposed to get on the horses and run. We're like, nah, I'm going in!
I don't care if I die.
There's no way I'm going to defeat this really powerful enemy, but let's do it anyway. I'm tired.
That's good though. You guys have clear objectives, the clear focus, and everything is kind of tied together now. So now you guys
Hags.
see.
Yeah.
Now you guys know what's happening. So now your guys' characters have a
Lumi would have loved.
Got all that clear.
Exodus has their first truly heroic mission.
Well, not only that, but you guys also have 5 extra hands at your disposal for this fight. You have 5 extra
Not at their
guards.
disposal.
Well,
What do you
okay,
mean?
let's do deal here. We're probably going to have 4 because we're sending one back
Oh.
to tell the mayor about
You
some
know
shit.
I'm getting out of this fight. Not the way I lead fucking troops.
Well, hey, man, there's at least 7 ghouls plus the brood mother that you see there. So what else is nearby?
Never know. What don't you see?
Werewolves?
See.
Yeah, I could only imagine that stench, man.
Oh,
Rotting bodies being eaten,
They just-
flesh being.
Disgusting.
They killed him, let him sit for a couple days to get ripe, and then
Yeah.
ate him.
Yes.
I'm thinking about it and it smells
This could explain
horrible.
why there aren't any merchants or travelers that you guys have run into either.
what? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, no way!
Get out of here.
No,
that
come
was
on.
undead horrors? No, they probably just was like, oh, cool.
I
neat,
thought-
Maybe they've
walked
been
on.
ambushing them and eating them, and maybe they have a den or something nearby with some loot. Who knows?
Ew.
Ooh, loot.
He said the magic words that make us go, all objectives are meaningless. Loot!
Yeah.
I distracted you with this
I
side.
know.
quest.
The water is in danger!
Today's the day your murder hobo happy asses fucking perishes. Either way, so that's the game tonight. We're glad to be back. Hopefully everybody enjoyed what they saw. If they enjoyed what they saw, don't forget to drop us a follow and drop us a follow on Discord, which the link's down below, plus all of our social medias. You can catch us on Twitter on a regular basis, and our Discord especially. We're super active in there most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are.
Learning
but
in
yeah, I hope
progress.
you enjoyed what you saw and that you come back again and check us out.
And for you, for reals, I know we didn't do our introduction. Normally we go over our characters' names and our classes, and we can go over our races too, just to kind of give you a big heads up so we can go around the table.
We were kind of trying to jump into it because the technical difficulties started us a little late today, so I kind of
Yeah.
skipped some of the...
Yeah,
and
we skipped our regular break, we skipped
Yeah.
some other stuff to make it up to you guys.
Yeah. And we had
who
to go over
appreciate.
Mixer and those changes, so
Yeah.
that kind of took up a little bit more time.
Yeah, again, buy Mixer,
Yeah.
Like, we love you.
It was a pleasure.
Exclusivity clauses are a thing.
But if you would like to
Thank you,
start.
Insanity Central.
Yeah.
for dropping
We
it.
love you, Insanity.
I like your
We love you,
jokes.
Oh, your jokes was great. Actually, you got me to laugh pretty damn hard there. Man.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like we see the chat, we interact with it. Well, I interact with it. Everyone else had Mixer accounts, but now that we're switching over to Twitch, they all gotta make Twitch accounts so they can be present in the chat. That's one thing we try and do is engage with you guys as best we can.
There's a lot of narrative-heavy moments tonight,
Yeah.
though, and a lot that needed to be discussed and laid out for the party. So, on those kinds of nights, it's hard for us to kind of step out of it for a minute.
Yeah, but and that's why we're coming out with like the polls Amy was talking about and some other ideas to help engage with you. Also, that's part of what our Discord's for.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a lot of stuff that we're actively working on. So I guess we should go around the table, starting with.
Oh, and I'm on this side of the table now, so I go first.
That's weird.
I am Alfarius Axroth. I play a red dragonborn paladin.
Hi, I am Theolin, Ryan Thrana, the Bard Half-Elf. Human +1.
My name is Matt McDonald, and I play Riken, the warlock.
Are you of the farmer McDonald's? Like
Yeah.
old McDonald?
Kinda.
Had a farm?
Maybe.
Of the farmers?
If they have money, they haven't given me any.
Yeah.
They don't have money either. I watched the documentary.
I am Amanda Pandachu, Amanda. I am playing Elin, Whisperer of Beast, Friends of Exodus, and Buddies of Reginald, who is my little mouse companion. I am a human druid that is the Circle of the Shepherd.
Yeah.
Winner.
Yeah,
Anna, could you put a gold star on her board after the session?
Absolutely.
Little gold star.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
My name is- My name's
There's
Alex.
nothing you like it.
My name's Alex. Mum's the word. Right. I play Luthok, the half-orc barbarian, because barbarians badass.
And orcs survive.
And orcs survive. Half-orcs even more so.
Yeah, even more so.
Yeah, even more so. But I am. What path am I? I'm the path of the ancient order, ancient path of the ancients. That's it, path of the ancients.
Took you a second.
Yeah, it did take me a second, but I got there because orcs survived. But yeah, Sir Reginald MVP.
Sir Reginald.
We need an introduction from Sir Reginald.
Sir Reginald is in the background, always winning.
That being said, that's everybody, and I'm Andy. I'm the DM. This is my homebrewed setting of Terrowyn, and we're using 5th edition's Dungeons and Dragons to play the game.
Yeah.
Aside from a few, weird homebrew rulings and things that I had about designing the game and character creation, we're sticking pretty close to the rules as written from the book. Trying to keep it that way. There's very little homebrewing as possible.
And if you're really interested, if you're on Twitch, there's a little, if you run your mouse cursor over, a little menu pops up, and it lets you actually go look at our character sheets on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, exactly. You can see the sheets in real time as they lose hit points. That's all we really care about, is when they lose hit points, because then it turns red when they start getting low. That's when the fun begins. That's when
Lumi's still
Matt
attached to
spins
that.
around and breaks his chair.
Oh, jeez. But yeah,
The chair was
thanks
weak, and I'm hard on chairs.
yeah, thanks for joining us for
Yeah,
reals.
thanks for joining us.
And then Malachi, I have answers for you, and we haven't really decided how we're gonna do it yet. But we can talk about it in the Discord.
Yeah, we can.
I'm lost. What are we talking about?
Oh, yeah, he had some questions about like where our content's gonna go and if we could do certain things. So we'll talk about it in Discord.
Yeah.
And
It's a big move. It's a big change. But honestly, at this point, it's just Twitch is just working better for us. We have way more followers and return viewers from Twitch than we've ever had on Mixer, and the community is just it's way more available,
Yeah.
and it's easier to
people-
network and connect with people.
D&D was preloaded on Twitch, so
people know to go there to find this type of content.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems. Like we're like, oh, we'll be the first on Mixer, which we pretty much were, but it doesn't pop up except for like up and coming. So we were getting some random people and some people we would just pop up for them, which was super cool. But there's also that element of, oh, we're kind of talking to the void, like if we're trying to share what we're doing with people.
Yeah.
And then also there were other issues where people would try and watch, and there were technical issues on the Mixer side, and so we literally had to be like, oh well, we can't do anything
A lot of
about
people
that.
have had a lot of trouble with Mixer's mobile app.
Yeah.
They really have. I know a lot of people who keep getting logged out, can't get it to load, they can't get it to work. So right now,
Yeah.
for us, Mixer's just, it's easier for us to go to Twitch and make everything work. It's more efficient than it is easier.
Yeah.
Because we really love the buttons and the store and the spending the sparks, and maybe
Yeah.
someday we can reapproach that on Twitch if they ever add something like that. It's, who knows in the future.
Yeah, it's just one of those decisions that we just had to like buckle down and decide, okay, where are we going with our content?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this? And then on top of that, there are some added benefits. We're going to have subscribers as soon as our affiliation goes through.
Yeah.
We'll-
People will be able to cheer and donate bits as opposed to dollars.
yeah, if they want to, and
If they
then
want to.
we'll have pros like.
But people have tried. That's
Yeah,
part of
we-
the
yeah.
reasons where we've decided is people have come to us outside of the
asked
stream
us.
and asked us like, hey, how come you guys aren't affiliate? I wanted to cheer or donate bits, and we're like, hey, sorry, we're kind of doing the dual streaming thing. So we'll take donations if you don't mind. But a lot of people put their money into bits, and they like using that. So that's going to help us out long term as well.
Yeah,
And allow
'cause-
us for people to help support us because it's a back and forth and it's growing the community.
Yeah,
You
and everything we've gotten so far has gone into the set and
Absolutely.
improving our show and trying to make it better for you guys.
Absolutely.
So it's all being used properly, but it's just one of those things.
And, sorry.
And then the last thing is also we're gonna have emotes. We're gonna start working on some cool stuff in regards to affiliation, and then new people who find our channel, they'll know we're committed.
Yeah.
Because we are.
Yeah, we are committed.
And then you and me are actually doing something special tomorrow. So we're going to be streaming together, actually. So Legendary Action,
Yeah.
DM, will be us.
Really?
We'll be hopping in. I'll be hopping on my own personal streaming channel that I normally run.
Metamite.
Metamite. Oh, savior of the party.
Yeah, the Metamite. And we'll be streaming Guild Wars 2 tomorrow.
Or, I was also thinking maybe some Vermintide, because
I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in like a week, so I need to get in there and do some dailies. I'm almost at level 80.
Hey, I'm jonesing for either Vermintide, Guild Wars, but I also can play Anthem tomorrow, so I'm like...
Well, I can't play Anthem with you tomorrow.
Yes,
so-
you can.
No.
You can.
No.
Botoball Monster, I would love to talk to you about that. We're closing up right now, so it's difficult to get into it. Go down below under our socials. There will be a Discord link. Follow that. If you log on to our Discord, we'd love to talk to you about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Join us on join our Discord. The link's down below, and we'll talk to you about it. It's not, actually not super hard. If your friends have been playing for a long time, if they're not already playing it, try to convince them to test out 5th edition. 5th edition is very streamlined. It's very straightforward.
Rules light.
Rules light. And as a matter of fact, if you check down below, there is a link to the 5th edition free SRD for the basic rules, and you can start reading there and learn whatever you can.
You can actually, they give you enough
that you can
to,
play
that you
without
can
buying
run a
books.
game without buying any books.
Yes.
And then also, there's online services, you can do it over Skype. Some of these programs have built-in rollers, Roll20, Battlegrounds,
Fantasy
Battlegrounds,
Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds. Is it Fantasy Grounds?
And for reals, I know you said your character died your first session. If you
I
ever
think
want
it
to
was
make a character
someone
that
else.
survives, come
Make
talk to
a
this
half-orc.
guy.
Yeah.
No. Come talk to me. Come talk to Meta Mike. He'll meta a character just for you.
It's
Or if
also
you
part of
want-
the nature of being low level.
If you want
Yeah.
characters
It
that
really
dies, I've already had 2 characters die.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really has.
I'm a bad luck.
It's only bad luck when she's not here.
That's fair.
Only when she's not here.
Characters don't die while she's present. Only
No,
when
she's
not
perfect
present.
when she's here. The minute she's gone, boom!
Well, clearly the answer is quit your job. Never lose a character again. Duh.
In regards to character design, though, like that's part of the thrill of combat. Because if there's no threat of death, like it takes away some of the fun and the threat. And it's like there's winning and there's losing, and the best thing you can do for a game is to make losing
really good name for
as good as you possibly can.
Try.
I do too.
That's not bad.
That's a good name. I like it too.
Triath is the full name, aka Try. I like that. That's super cool.
I don't know why it works, but it does.
But that being said, if you want to stay up to date with Legendary Action and everything that's going on, please follow us on Twitter. Find Legendary Action, Legendary ACT on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Tumblr, Facebook. And Twitter is probably where we're most active. That's where most of our updates and stuff get fed into. And you can find me under the Twitter handle DM Green of LA.
Alex the Mum.
Amanda Panaccia.
The Meta Mike.
The Meta Mike.
Yeah, and if you have feedback, critiques, stuff you'd like to see, or you just want to talk shop or talk about the show, feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah. Thank you for joining the Discord.
Or if you want to play games.
I play a horrendous amount of video games. I know Apex Legends is brand new and free to anyone who has a gaming computer or even a PlayStation or an Xbox. Which
Thanks for throwing me throwing it out there like that.
or a PlayStation.
My name is Meta Mike. PC Master Race, thank you very much. Have a good day.
You can pretend all you want.
PC Master Race means you're poor. Yeah! Truth! I was looking at upgrades today. That's so expensive.
All my money's on this computer.
I spent all my money's on one piece that has it's called GPU. It's called bullshit.
That being said, we really appreciate it if you tell your friends about us, share the channel, get anybody that you think would be interested to come back and check us out. We're here every Friday at 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we stream on Thursday. We variety stream. It's not really a set schedule, but we try to stream on Thursdays and Saturdays. It works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We have to get back into the swing of things because we all kind of went through like a sickness thing where everybody was kind of getting sick and terrible weather. And because we're broadcasting from Reno, Nevada, and the weather, it's been snowing on a regular basis. It's kind of
it has pretty bad.
But don't forget to drop us a follow, and we'll see you here next Friday. We love new people. Yeah. We like talking to people about D&D and Warhammer
and everything.
Tabletop gaming in general.
Magic Gathering. The name entails why I like it. There you go.
Yeah. I plan on most definitely doing a one-shot with Cyberpunk Red when it comes out.
I'm not gonna lie.
The new D20 system that they're developing to release alongside Cyberpunk 2077.
Is it coming out at the same time?
It's expected to come out at the same time. It was supposed to come out earlier this year, but they decided that they would release it with Cyberpunk.
I want to play the hell out of that game. I mean, both versions. I want to play.
110%. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Net running, Neo Tokyo, fucking light bikes, with like just gunfights and robots and mantis hand swords. Like, come on, I'm all about it.
Stop!
I can't wait.
You're making me excited.
It's super awesome.
Stop! It's far enough away that I don't want to talk about it.
The thing about it to me that excites me is I'm so used to playing Dungeons and Dragons that you know the tropes that people talk about. Like it's like, oh, we all met in a tavern. Wow, that's exciting. But there's so many more ways to reflavor it, and there's different things that I'm not used to doing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're all at this fucking fancy party, and or you're all in this alley and it's a bad drug deal that you stumbled. Like, there's so many other ways to do it with like science fiction and cyberpunk that
it's gonna be good.
We all met at a hacker bar together. You know what I'm saying? Same thing but different but better.
You're all at some some strip club, and then like some rival gangs open up on each other, and you're accidentally caught in the middle of it. Now they think that you're like on the wrong side of everything.
Yeah. They're both just like
they both think you're working for the other side. So
Man,
you got targets.
It's cyber. There's always a strip club.
Get in the office. Like, I can't. I'm excited. But that being said, we really appreciate that you even choose to spend your time with us, and we love the community, all the regulars, Sieg, Malachi, Gavin Shadow, Corvo Feathercloak, the people who've been supporting us and coming back all the time.
Yeah, and thank you for Reels and Cyber Piglet. And I know someone mentioned the mic close to Mike. The mic close to Mike was a little hot. We didn't get a break, so I didn't really get a chance to go over there and we don't have like a chair guy, and we have a mixer and stuff. So I didn't get to really.
Yeah, normally during our break we might handle those things, but we skipped
Yeah.
today because the technical issues started us way later.
I'm also a loud guy normally, so
Yeah.
if I would have noticed sooner, I'd probably remove the mic away to make it a little easier, because
Yeah.
I'm just picking up on my just loudness overall.
Yeah, clipping's a thing.
Yes, it is. I experience it every day.
For sure, but you know what? We do have the ability to make them really good because they're not one Yeti mic sitting in the middle of the table. So
Yes.
yeah. But with that being said, I think we're gonna close out for the night. We're all pretty tired and everything, but thanks for spending your time with us, and I hope your week is just as legendary as ours.
R.I.P.
We'll see
chair
you next
guy.
Friday.
Yeah.
See you next Friday.
Next Friday. See y'all.
See ya. No.
Catch us on the Discord.
But if you don't mind, we will be sending you over to another channel if you hang out with us. So we're gonna, if you don't mind hanging out to raid, or you want to get moved to another D&D channel, we'll send you over to one of our friends or one of the other channels that's following us if you just want to continue watching D&D for the night. But so now we'll see you next Friday.